Hey everyone, welcome to the fourth podcast. Today we have on the docket Tinder update from Rob.
Social dating app comparison. We'll go with that.
That's a lot better.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I don't know if we had any other topics lined up.
Not really.
We got some sports ball.
First off, we want to talk about. Rob really wanted to talk about this week's football with the Vikings
football at all
versus the other Vikings,
the Chicago Bears.
That
We're fucked.
So, I guess I could start by saying that I'm very disappointed in Kirk Cousins.
Not mad.
I'm not going to get too into it because I'll stay in the weeds on this forever. But
sure,
Vikings need a quarterback. The window is closing very, very quickly on this championship caliber defense that we have. Kirk Cousins is just throwing it down the drain. That's all I'm going to say on the matter at the moment. I'll gather my thoughts on it and then I'll come back to it.
He's already given up on them. He's wearing a Leaf shirt today.
Yeah,
It's all over.
I'm taking all the energy I put into the Vikings and putting it all into the Leafs.
Hey, go
Let's
Leafs,
do
go.
You have some TwitchCon stories, I'd imagine. Maybe one or two.
Oh,
Yeah, how was it?
Like,
I've been holding off asking you guys.
It was fantastic.
It was really fun. Obviously it was kind of shitty for me because I couldn't do much. Like if I didn't have a sprained ankle, I would have done way more. Like I would have gone to some of the parties, would have hung out with a bunch of the other creators a bunch, but it was
Life's life.
unfortunate that I had to Uber or Lyft 5 blocks down. Also, in case if you hear that, Drew is sick.
Hi, guys.
I have sinus congestion a little bit still. Rob is surprisingly.
I'm the only. Well,
healthy.
I guess Shane's not sick at the moment.
Not at all.
But yeah, for once I'm not the sick one, so this is nice.
Yeah.
I've been sick since maybe last Wednesday, and they all forced me to be here, so you're welcome.
Well, if you're not here, then you owe
Force.
me the money for all the podcast.
You only made that with Rob.
I'll shift the duty to Drew just for the sake of the thing.
Dude.
But for TwitchCon, so overall it was great, fun time. We were there from Thursday up until Monday yesterday. Flew in pretty late, but overall it was really fun. It was nice. We went to the beach on Saturday for a bit, which was not fun to go on the beach with crutches.
Yeah,
So you get some off-road tires for it.
Christian was like, I can't do it. The sand will sink too much. I'll fall over.
So when we were coming back, after we were on the beach, I made it there without many issues. And then on the way back to the sidewalk, my crutches kept going in 2 or 3 feet and then wobbling.
Yeah, it's like
I'm gonna fucking die here.
Sand is very porous, so it's when you have to support yourself on it, you need snowshoe type.
Not
wide.
Yeah. Not to mention that as soon as we made it to the actual beach, it started raining like crazy.
Oh no!
It was
Yeah,
a rain. It was
help.
it was like a mist.
Sputtered.
Oh
but-
yeah, I saw your picture. You were perfect beach weather.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's actually dark and overcast.
No, it was fine.
And then
Yeah.
The water was so nice though. It was a good temperature.
Yeah.
Sunday we went to the zoo, which I'm sure you saw those photos as well.
Saw some animal butts.
Yeah, and he was very excited about the animal butts.
That's fun.
I think that's basically it. The only story I really have from TwitchCon is, so you guys have been to convention centers. I know Drew's been to PAX East. You've been to
That one for work. Long
the
time ago,
Playboy
yeah.
one and
Yeah,
Las
Playboy.
Vegas.
Oh, hello.
It was awesome, man.
But so in the convention halls how it's you go into the main corridor and then there's a bunch of different halls with giant metal doors to actually get on the floor.
Yeah.
Sure.
So TwitchCon's the same thing. They usually have 1 or 2 halls that have open doors so you can just come in and out.
Mhm.
And then all the other doors are closed, but you can still leave through there just so traffic gets somewhat mitigated. And then when we were trying to leave one day, I'm on my crutches. This is the day I had to spend the entire day on crutches at the convention center. And we're walking out the door. Hannah walks through first, passes the door to Becca. Becca walks through and just lets go of the metal door. And it just flies right at me as I'm in the middle of the doorway with my crutches.
Oh
And then
no!
I screamed at her and she's like, "Oh shit!" Grabbed the door,
Man
opened it,
down.
and then I went through and the security guard was on the other side. He's like, "This is how they treat you." I'm like, I know.
Becca did the right thing.
Yeah, I would have done the same thing.
I would have let it I would have held it farther so it has more backswing, therefore causing more
More damage.
More damage. But so do you, when you go to TwitchCon now, are you what mindset? So to compare the first time you went to this time, do you feel a little more upper on this social food
this the
chain?
first
You
time?
could say.
No, I went last year with Niall and Will.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what swag did you
Not
get?
really. It's not like a siege event. I bet if you went
No,
to
yeah.
if you compared your last siege
Yeah.
events to whatever your
Okay,
next one
so
is.
Yeah.
when we went to Raleigh, I got recognized probably over 80 times.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, big
people asked
time.
for photos and autographs and all that stuff. Whereas at
Kisses.
TwitchCon, I think I talked to 6 people.
Uh-huh.
Well, I guess
Really?
at Twitch,
Yeah.
It's different. Well, he's a small fish in the
yeah, I
Twitch
guess when
game.
you're at
Yeah.
TwitchCon, there's it's like Fortnite everywhere.
It's very
right?
humbling when you go
Yeah.
there and everyone's like freaking out over like soda popping or a shroud.
It's weird though
and
seeing
I'm just
such random people. Like we saw like Soda Poppin was standing behind us talking for like 10 minutes. We didn't even know, so you just turned back, we're like, what the?
Fuck,
He's literally right there.
So
Yeah.
Did you
poppin'.
say hi?
no.
We saw
Yeah,
like we
fuck.
saw like a bunch of random, like Asmongold's the biggest WoW streamer. We just
Jeez.
walked past us, like so random.
Yeah, and like everyone's very casual about it. Like you don't really notice until you're like, oh shit,
Yeah.
that's X.
But it just feels
whatever.
weird stopping, like, hey, can I don't really care. I don't want the picture. Like, what am I
Yeah.
gonna do with it?
Yeah.
Lose it in your phone.
Yeah.
You
Just
Find it in 3 years.
Scroll over it when
Yeah.
you're trying to find something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Exactly.
I feel like I would be way too starstruck to go to something like that. Because man, even seeing like, I went to an NHL preseason game like a few years ago, and even
Oh,
seeing
baby.
like Dion Phaneuf from like 1,000 feet away, I was like,
Mhm.
I couldn't
Fuck
even
that guy.
fucking speak, man.
Yeah.
So I couldn't imagine trying to like shake a hand of someone who like I watch all the time. Yeah,
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't know how I would handle it.
Oh, I
Good
got,
thing
to
I'm not famous. I'm going to TwitchCon at least.
Yeah.
man.
I got to see Tyler 1 as well.
Really?
Was
My
he screaming?
boy.
That's
I
so
didn't shout
funny.
at him. It was actually really weird. So it was like I got dropped off the first day,
Yeah.
and I'm like crutching through because they would only drop off on the one side of the convention center, and I had to crutch all the way to the other
Oh,
side. It was
yikes.
really fucking far.
We had to literally like they drop him off at gate A, and he had to go all the way down to F or E.
But so I got dropped off, and then Tyler 1 was standing there with his girlfriend, and they were just like calm, just chatting, doing whatever. And like all these people walking by, like looking at him, but no one like went up to talk to him because
He's a scary looking dude.
yeah, he's scary. And then I went into like the badge pickup area, and he was there as well, just chatting. Like
Just
it wasn't
hanging
loud
out.
or anything.
It's
Cool.
almost like he's a normal dude outside of
Yeah.
it.
Imagine he's just in public.
Whoa.
Ah! He's like painting himself like Gears of War at the mall.
Yeah.
Or God of War.
I really wanted to go up to him and be like, it's so nice to finally meet a streamer that's 6 foot.
And then he just
Yeah.
punched you in the head.
Yeah, he just knocks
And
you
then
out.
he sprained my other ankle.
yeah.
Takes your wheelchair
height-shaming-
wheel.
Height shaming Tyler 1 might not be a good
No.
idea. I watched a highlight video of him the other day, and there's a clip of him like eating spaghetti or something. Have you guys seen this clip?
No.
Like, the
No.
he's holding the plate kind of like weird, and the spaghetti just slips right off
It's
the
one of the
plate.
best things. He was like trying to show it to the camera,
Yeah,
and then as he stood up to get the camera, the spaghetti just like slid
just
right
slid,
off the
just
plate.
makes like a noise right on top of whatever he was doing. He starts crying.
Do you think he does it on purpose though?
I think he's most of the stuff. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
he did that on purpose.
Well, like, unless he
It was
has,
a
like-
pretty like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, like
I
know.
wanted to eat that.
even if I was doing it on purpose, like dropping a plate of spaghetti on my gaming setup, that's like a lot just for
Yeah, but Rob, that's because
for a
you're.
bit.
Oh, bank account update.
bank account. Oh, so I actually went negative.
Oh.
It was pretty
And this is
rough.
after your mom's $100 loan.
Yeah. So so it's a new month, right? And then at the end of every month, there's a few things that come out, like a contribution to my mutual fund, car insurance, phone bill. It comes out to like a few hundred.
So which one didn't come out? This
So my car got paid.
Okay.
My phone bill I had to pay this morning with help from my mother,
Mhm.
and then
Bless her
everything else
soul.
I got an email from TD being like, "Hey,
you good?
you don't have enough money for this." And then my parents were a little mad because they were like, "Do you have your finances under control?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, as long as you like keep us updated and like tell us how everything's going, we don't mind giving you money." And I was like, "Okay." And then they were kind of
I'm
mad
poor.
because I just like
it's
let it,
going bad.
because I checked my account and it was like negative 176.
Ooh.
And it was like automatically pulling from my mutual fund because that was the only like source of money that it could.
Ooh.
So it was kind of rough. And then I had to spend some time on the phone with TD, explaining everything, being like, "Yeah, I'm trying to find a job. I'm not gonna slowly going homeless on you guys." Because they were like concerned, like, "Are you gonna have an income like at any point?" And I was like, "I hope so." Like, fuck. So then, I had to take out some more money from the parent bank, interest-free
Hey.
loans. So take them while you can get them.
Free
Yeah.
loans.
Interest free. But yeah. So
Did
now-
they add that to the running tab that they have for
Yeah.
you? Makes
But
sense.
like,
Classic.
ideally, after like my first few paychecks, I should be able to comfortably pay that back.
yeah.
At least
Ideally,
they're not
though.
charging you rent.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they said they're gonna start it out in the new year though, so
I'm getting charged rent.
it's just to live at home.
I was at
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I guess so. Yeah,
I mean, I don't have to pay for any food or anything.
yeah.
See, my mom's just like, please come back for free.
I miss you.
She just wants company.
Yeah.
My
This
parents,
Tesla's so lonely without you.
my parents have two moods. It's like, "Hey, we miss you. Come back home," or it's, "Get the out of the house right now. All you do is make messes. Blah 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 blah. Eat all
You
of
eat
our
all our
food."
food.
Yeah,
I feel that.
yeah.
Well, I mean, it must be pretty frustrating when your mom gets home from like a day at work. She opens the fridge and it's just empty.
Well,
There's
I try to
just
leave her some food, but yeah.
fucking
The other day,
Yeah, she's got to be used to it by now.
The other day, I ate their leftovers from a really good smokehouse restaurant around here. If you know which one
Yeah.
I'm referring to, so good. But apparently, those were for my dad's work the next day.
Oh.
So I had a nice note and like all like I almost said caps lock, but it was handwritten in all
Mhm.
capital letters
And dad writing.
and dad writing being like, "You ate my food, blah blah blah. Like this is like not good. Mow the lawn, do this, do this, do this." And I was like, "Fuck." I mowed the lawn. It was worth it. Got some free ribs out of it.
Your dad's like, you ate my ribs. Do all this shit I don't want to do when I get home from work later.
Yeah, literally. I got
Little do you
offloaded.
know he actually paid for those ribs, put them there as like a trap just to
Oh,
make sure
man.
you would do the
Oh, yeah.
chores
It was
for him.
Machiavellian intent from the beginning. I should have known that. But anyway, should I break down this dating app
Sure.
thing we did?
So
Or
for
I did.
context,
You explain it.
basically Rob re-downloaded Tinder and Bumble, right?
Mhm.
He never
And made-
deleted it.
Well, he made new accounts.
Well, I had them pause while I was in a relationship.
Okay, whatever.
Never
he has
deleted
accounts.
it.
Disclaimer,
And now-
disclaimer.
And now that he's back on Tinder and Bumble, he decided to compare results between the two over the last
Yeah,
2
just
weeks.
for fun. This is how bored I am. So,
He's
so-
gonna take this actually to his job interview and be like, "Look
yeah,
at the data
look,
I've collected."
look at this data generation.
I'm a data analyst.
brings out the spreadsheets.
The pivot tables.
Yeah.
Okay, so for context, this was like over. When did we talk about it? Like 2 weeks ago.
I'm pretty sure it was 2 weeks.
So about 2 weeks ago, I want to say about like so I maxed out my Tinder swipes every day, which is like I think you get 80-ish. Bumble you only get no Bumble's unlimited, but like I try to keep it like say I spent like 5 minutes on Tinder, I do the same on Bumble, type thing, you know. So it has some very interesting findings actually.
okay.
Sorry, quickly.
Yeah.
What is this written on?
Another note that says
Fuck you, Robert.
call,
Mow the lawn.
call autoplace, apply to blank, and music. I don't know why I wrote that. And then it has Christian's code to get into his thing because I keep forgetting it. I called the wrong number by accident the first time.
Classic.
Okay, so Tinder first. So in 2 weeks we got 37 matches, but so another thing. Let's so out of 37 matches, let's assume I messaged around half of them first, and then the other half either didn't message me, sad face, or just unmatched me for some reason. Who would do that, right?
Which makes
Anyways.
sense. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, no,
37
makes sense.
matches. I had 4 conversations that lasted more than like 5 minutes, or one message back and forth, and I only had one conversation that actually lasted more than 1 day. So I talked to them for like, a day or two, just kind of said, hey, blah, blah, blah.
So it's like a 2.5% success
Yeah, it was
rate.
very low actually.
Okay.
So
Well, like he said, he was doing 80 a day,
yeah,
2 weeks. It's like 1,000 plus.
Yeah.
Oh my! You only got 37 matches.
only 37. Well, like
Jeez.
maybe not like 1,000 like in total, but like I don't know, man. Maybe I just don't got it anymore. Maybe my Tinder app's broken, something like that. You know.
Yeah, that's it.
But anyways,
Maybe they're
okay.
just intimidated by you. You gotta put a
Honestly,
shirt
man.
on.
I got to yeah. I'll get into that story after too, actually.
Oh no.
So Bumble, I only had 11 matches, but I had 8 conversations that lasted more than a day, and 3 of them lasted longer than that day, and one of them is still ongoing.
Oh.
Wink, wink, wink.
So like, how do you? So
Yeah.
if you have no money, you have nothing to offer.
Yeah.
How do you get out of the conversation phase? Is it just like, hey,
it's
how's
like
it going
a
every
couple-
single day?
A couple of them are like, hey, we should do something, and,
and you're like, oh yeah,
like we should go to like Beer Town or something.
Like-
I'm in the back of my head.
You're like, oh, maybe let's
I'm
walk.
overdraft.
Literally, in the back of my head, I have that mental image of like my bank account being negative. That literally the very next morning or very previous morning, and it's just like maybe I shouldn't.
Okay, Rob. How
Yeah.
about this
Man.
proposition?
Uh-oh.
Uh
I will
Uh-oh.
pay for your dates,
Oh no.
oh god!
but
But
you
am I
and-
a gigolo?
Yeah.
you and her have to agree to allow me to film you guys and make a YouTube
Oh,
video.
Jesus
God.
Christ. Not worth it.
Rob goes on
It's
dates.
weird.
I'll mull it over. How's that sound?
Can you imagine or messaging her and being like,
Hey,
"Hey,
my
we can go
friend's
on a
gonna
date."
pay for our date, but we can go wherever we want. But he wants to be able to record it the whole time. I wonder
It's
how
his
that would go
fetish.
over.
Jesus.
By the
Yeah.
way, this is our only option because I can't pay for it.
You can say no, but then if you do say no, we're not doing anything at all. But yeah, I don't know. Overall, key takeaways: Tinder is definitely like a one. Like you
One
don't
and
get on,
done?
like you don't go on there to like try and find a girlfriend.
Well, yeah, you don't even go on there to find
or like
a hookup at this point.
yeah,
anymore.
like the conversations I did have were just like gifts back and forth, just kind of like jokes. How are yous? Nothing like more than surface level.
yeah,
I would try like I'm not a huge conversation starter, but like I would ask a few like digging questions, like where you go to school, blah blah, like, lots of 1-word answers, blah blah blah. Bumble though, it's like geared like when you first sign up, there's like all these layers to it now. It's like it asks your horoscope, like if you're graduated, all this other random shit, and then like I guess there's some sort of algorithm that like pairs you with people who have similar things, because like there's a lot of people that like I would like the 8 I talked to, like I'd say 5 of them were all started something. It was like because on Bumble too, girls have to message first. I forgot about that, so I was very confused when I got my first match, and I was like, "Where's the option to message them?" Right. Anyways, so like 5 out of 8 conversations were all started by them saying like, "Oh, we have this in common." It's like, "Oh, you don't like tomatoes," or it's like, "Oh, you're a Taurus," or something.
Oh,
That was-
skull.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Bumble was very like it's probably just the platform that you meet them on, but like the girls just seem nicer, or people, I guess. I don't know. More willing to
He's got his
talk to you.
preference set to both.
Yeah, I got a pad against it, but
when I was on dating apps, I will 100% say that Bumble seems to have better results, but it also seemed to have a lot more fake accounts.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I was swiping. I was like, this person literally looks like a model.
yeah.
Not possible.
Yeah.
Why are you
And they
living,
matched with
why are you
me,
living
something's
here?
off
Yeah.
here.
As soon as you match, and you're like, okay.
Well, they added in this new thing too. There's a blue check mark beside your name. It looks like a Twitter verification thing, and it's like you can verify your Bumble account, and like it asks you to take a picture when you first sign up. I mean, I did that just because I figured everyone did, but
That kind of makes sense though.
Mhm.
yeah. So it makes it like when you're going through, it's easier to see the blue check mark. Oh, okay, this isn't like a Russian bot that's gonna suck money out of my account.
Couldn't you, for the verify thing, couldn't you just like verify yourself and then swap out all the pictures to something completely crazy?
Yeah, you probably could.
All right.
Sounds like a lot of
it takes a
effort.
twisted mind to think that one up, though.
Yeah, what the
I know what I'm doing this weekend, boys.
Man, back to the 1-word answers though. I don't know why someone would go on a dating app just to be dry as fuck.
Yeah,
it doesn't
like-
make any sense to
Like,
me.
I'm not one that's gonna sit here and curse a woman for not being attracted to me, but like at the same time,
But at the
it's
same
like,
time, you are.
yeah, it's like if I'm sitting here and it's like, wait, we've matched, so we swiped on each other, so clearly I'm gonna go into it assuming like there's some shot, right?
You're somewhat
Mhm.
interested. She's somewhat interested.
And like if I like, and I don't want to be too much, so I don't like barrage them right away. But even just saying like, hey, how are you? And they say good,
Hey, how are you?
and like, or it's like ready to go to school. It's like blank. It's like one word. A few of them would like build off it, but like they make you feel like, oh, you're not important, you're not worth my time. You know what I mean? Type thing.
Like, I don't know if it's just that we're bad at asking questions, but why would you like just give one? What's the point
Yeah,
of you being
so-
there? Just delete the app.
yeah,
A lot of the times, people use the app just for like self-validation.
yeah, that's what.
And
another
like
thing I
some
figured.
people, like
Oh,
Rob,
I'm getting
really
punted
want
at.
people just to match with them and be like, oh, I
Oh,
still
I'm
got
so
it.
sexy.
But then like just don't respond to the messages.
Well, it's like
I mean, people aren't smart. They just like
Fuck.
to,
Just be smarter, people.
I don't know. As much as I hate to admit it, oh, got really close to the mic there. As I hate to admit it, Christian does have a little bit of a point. Like after both, well, I've had 3 breakups. First one was like whatever. After
All
the
in
last
past
2,
week.
after the last 2, it was like these are pretty shitty. So you kind of just download Tinder again, just kind of get back on the saddle. It's like okay, I'm not like completely repulsive to every girl I meet. Like I'm,
just to most.
yeah, just to most.
Get on Tinder, no matches in like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Like,
literally,
all
it's-
right, you know what? Fuck
No,
it.
when I first downloaded it, I went like 2 days without nothing. I was like, fuck this. And then it turned out I had my location settings all destroyed, but
Starts crying.
goes into like deep depression. All of a sudden, he's like dark at night. His phone goes off. It's a Tinder match.
Eureka.
The like music starts to build up in the
Yeah,
background.
it's like a positive sounding symphony.
Yeah.
That reminds me of so before I met Annie and I was on Tinder and stuff, that was like around the same time Hannah downloaded Tinder, and then we found each other, so we matched. And then one time I like messaged her like through text message, then through Discord, through Facebook. She wasn't responding, so I messaged her on Tinder, and she finally responded. And then like a few days later, I completely forgot that we had matched, and then I am just sitting at my computer, and all of a sudden I see my phone light up, and it has like the Tinder icon. I'm like,
Oh no.
I got a match, and I look, she's like, Hannah, send you a message. I'm like,
God damn it, Hannah.
Fucking Hannah.
I don't know. It's like It's like a little adrenaline shot. And you see that like when it pops up that you're a match, you're just like, oh,
You're like, fuck yeah.
you know what I mean? Just like a little
And
shot.
you
of
realize it's a fake count. You're like,
yeah, so that's a bot, but hey, I still got the serotonin.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's all about the rush.
Literally. Oh well, that's my experience with how dating apps went.
I mean, what you've explained is basically how most of the experiences
Yeah.
are. Like, most of the people that I would match with back then would be the same thing. Like, they'd give very dry responses, or they wouldn't respond for like 2 weeks and then message back a 1-word response after 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah, I feel
why?
that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It kind of validated, what you were saying. Like Tinder is very like, no one really cares about it. Bumble's like, if you're actually genuinely like looking for some outside of like a potential one night thingy, then yeah, why not?
My buddy was
Mhm.
showing me a new one called Hinge.
Yeah, Hinge is. I debated on doing that one too. Maybe
You
I
gotta.
could do that one
You
and
got
see
2
how
weeks.
see how week. Is it free?
I don't know.
yeah, it is.
I guess you guys wouldn't know.
It
I
is.
guess have relationships.
It was very it was very big in the States. I only know about it because my friend Will moved to
Oh, yeah.
Seattle, and then
Uh-huh.
he started using it, and he was just like, it's the only thing people use there. Like, they don't use
Oh,
Tinder
really?
or Bumble anymore. They only use
Hinge.
Hinge.
Shit.
But it's like
It took over.
for like actual people who like want to get something out of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like you have to specifically comment
specifically.
on like one interest that they have.
Mm,
Otherwise, you just can't do anything,
You can't even.
yeah, I feel that. You just can't.
as far as I'm aware.
You could also try Plenty of Fish if that's still a thing.
Yeah.
Or Christian Mingle.
Christian Mingle,
Hey.
That's also an option.
he invented it. He's got a
See,
Mingle
that would be an
license plate.
easy one for you because then you could be like, "Hey, mom, I just met this great Christian lady.
Oh, my mom would just be like, oh,
Can you
how
please
perfect.
help me out? I need to go for. I
My
need to go
mom's
on
like-
a date."
She's
I need
Christian?
$100 for a date.
Yeah.
My mom's like, she's Christian. Oh, just reaches for a wall as fast as she can.
Exactly.
Just dumps it on the
Drops a
table.
rack on
Pulls
the
out
table.
the retirement savings.
Yeah.
Just pulls out condoms for you. Just like,
There you go.
Oh,
what would you actually
She gets
do?
him married
I don't want
first.
to think about that. If my mom handed me a box of condoms,
Really?
yeah, for
My
your
parents
date.
gave me a box of condoms when I went to university.
really,
Really?
Yeah.
Hey.
If my parents,
Oh yeah.
I'd like, I wouldn't touch them. I'd be like, this is like disgusting.
I don't think I
Tainted.
used them.
No, yeah, it'd be tainted. Like every time
Unlucky.
I would go to, every time I'd go to use
It
them,
wasn't
I'd just
'cause I
remember my
didn't
mom
want to.
giving me them. You know what I mean? It'd be like, pull out my box of condoms, and then the girl's like, "Oh, where'd you get those?" "Oh, my mom
My
gave
mom
me
gave
them before
them to
I
me."
can't move."
But
to
you lie.
No.
You're not like, oh, mommy gave them me last night. You're like,
Well, what's the
bought
better
'em.
story? You say that, or I got them from the grocery store.
Oh,
Where
I
the
went-
fuck do you think I get them? Like, Jesus.
Also, yeah, why would a girl be like,
Yeah.
where'd you get
Or
that
where'd you get those
condom?"
condoms?
That's just a red flag. She's
Yeah.
stupid.
She's like, "Where'd you get those? Oh, did you play with them?
Yeah.
Are they tarnished?"
Rob's just like poking holes in the whole box,
Yeah.
resealing it so they look new.
No, that's when you wash it out and put it back in the package, and then
Oh,
God, wash it out. Oh,
The lucky
no.
dome.
also I found it weird when you said that your parents gave you them, but I remember my mom gave me condoms as well.
I wasn't like a
Mm-hmm.
here, honey, be safe. Here's condoms. It was like they gave me a box of like shampoo and shit, and at the bottom there was just a box of condoms.
Oh no,
condoms.
my mom just straight up like came into my computer room and was just like, "Here you go," and gave me 3 condoms. So like, all right,
In my
Thanks, Mom.
computer room, middle of a WoW game. I don't need these
Fuck
condoms.
are those? Get out, mom. The door's closed.
I'm a level 96 Beastmaster.
When's dinner ready?
Where are my pizza pops?
It's perfect.
That's hilarious. Have you guys all stayed in any form of residence for like
Oh fuck yeah,
university, college?
yeah, that's when we lost Drew
yeah.
We
Oh,
lost her
right.
For years.
There's
I
like
played Smite and Res.
for
Barely.
2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it was up until January because January is when you told me about that class you were taking, and then that's what started my career.
True that. That's when I quit Zares. I came in to
Yeah.
quit Zares and tell Christian about the course he might like.
what course was it?
Multimedia,
And then it just took off from there.
and then I went to the school right after.
Dream big.
It was literally I went to Zares and I'm like, Christian, I have to tell you about this course that I fucking hate. And
No,
he's
you
like,
told
that
me about
sounds
it
like what I
on-
want to
yeah.
do.
On Discord.
Oh, whatever.
Fucking
Oh.
liar.
Fuck.
Lost in the details.
But yeah, he's like, that sounds like what I want to do with my life. I'm like, oh,
Oh, no way.
not me.
Yeah, I don't know. What was it? Digital media? Something?
Multimedia.
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 I took a class like that in high school, and it was just like how to use Adobe Creative Suite.
Yeah, media arts.
Yeah.
that was my favorite class.
Yeah.
I love that.
I ended up switching out of it because I was so bored, and none of my friends were in the same time slot as me. So
Realistically, that's the reason.
yeah,
I just had like in that class. Actually, no, I took animation first because they had it all split up into different classes like animation, film, audio, all that stuff, and then
Yeah.
they put it all in together. And when I was in animation, like this was back when I was making the Minecraft animations. So like I was so far past the syllabus, and the teacher was just like, just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I just handed in like all the YouTube videos I made. I just handed that in as extra projects and got my mark boosted to like 99.
Damn.
It's awesome.
She wouldn't give me 100.
That's another question I had on the topic of high school. What's the highest mark you guys ever gotten?
99.
And like in total course was 99.
Yeah.
Like 80s.
Yeah,
I should have. What?
I think 96.
that's not bad.
Taking
That was
gym marks out.
physics
80s, 'cause
round
Gym
two.
marks were.
Yeah, gym marks were easy. Plus,
like-
plus the football coach was our teacher.
It's like a
so-
95 every
yeah.
single year.
I'm pretty sure in gym I got like an 85 because I was always just like pretending to be cocky, and the gym teacher's like, I'm gonna bring you down a peg.
Exactly. Well, it literally is just you participate. Here's a 90,
Yeah.
and then it's. I think I
I'm
got
here,
like.
I'm here to flex on you guys with
Yeah.
my highest mark ever. I got a 100 in a class in my first year of university.
Yo,
You said high school.
yeah, you said high school. I got 100 in university. It's easy.
On what?
Yeah, I took a pass-fail course, and
it
I
was-
got a pass.
There's a financial math course.
Okay, so what happened was so funny. So the class was pissed. Like the class was called like Intro to Computer Engineering or something like that. Literally, like there was four. The breakdown was 4 different marks. It was like 2 midterms, a project, and like this, and then a final exam. And the class was so stupid. It's like, what is RAM? What is
Oh
like
my God.
what is a display port? Like shit
Wait,
like that.
RAM. Do you guys know what that is, Drew?
Random access memory.
That would have.
But what does it do though?
Randomly accesses memory, you idiot. No, it's like all the like background shit that gets
Yeah,
stored.
it's like Google Chrome. Whenever I hear RAM, I think of Google Chrome for some
It's
reason.
like its
It's
ability to
short-term memory,
multitask.
yeah.
It's short-term memory.
Like so, the statement
Yeah.
Drew doesn't have much RAM.
yeah,
that
that would make sense.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna use that later actually.
But you were saying.
But yeah, so it was so easy because I had just built a computer the previous summer with Christian's aid actually, and a few other people.
That's singular aid.
Yeah, not AIDS.
Yeah, I knew where that was going.
But yeah, so like I know all these parts of a computer. I know what like bandwidth means, blah blah blah. So I go so everyone in the class is just slaying it. We all had like 98s because no one knows how
They
to.
said you had 100.
No, but we're getting to that. So we're all like literally there's like 14 of us going into the final exam with a 98, and then we're going over the exam outline in class one day, and then like, you know where it's like it'll say like there's 10 questions and it says pick 5 and answer them.
Mhm.
So I didn't think my prof was going to do this, but I put up my hand and I said, if we answer like a more than 5, will you give us the marks to like balance out
Oh my
the
God.
other stuff, right? And professor, like, he scratches his chin. He's like, you know what? Yeah, why not? And then everyone's like, yeah, sure, because you all know how easy the class is, right? And then literally, like, so we write the exam, and people are getting like 117s, like 130s on it, and stuff like that. I knew like 9 out of 10 questions and everything else on the midterm too. So then I would have finished the class with like a 100 and something, but he just gave us all 100s, and then he doesn't teach there anymore either.
Wow, I wonder why.
Shocking.
It's like your class is too easy. Get
Yeah.
the fuck out of here.
And
Jeez.
they I remember our professor next year was asking us like, oh, how come that class was so like easy? And then everyone just kind of said, Rob, you know, he put his hand up and asked the question, and like people were laughing at me when I asked the question. They were like, he's not going to say yeah to that, and then he did, and then yeah,
Who's laughing now, baby?
literally, I got all like everyone who laughed at me, I got them at 100 in that class. So
They'll
Not
be
do
your
that.
workers one day. Don't worry.
the entire world will be.
Okay.
Shit.
You know, there's some hopeful thinking there.
Yeah, whatever. So it's hockey season now.
Oh,
So pumped.
yeah.
Christian, you excited?
Yay.
Oh, different seasons. The
Fall,
winter's
winter,
coming,
spring.
But I was gonna ask, what is your guys' favorite season?
Fall.
Summer.
That's a toss up between spring and winter.
I love winter, man.
It's literally summer or winter. The two
Yeah.
in betweens is I get sick every year in the
Yeah.
fall and every year in the spring.
I'm waiting to get sick right now. I'm probably gonna get sick to be
Come
honest.
give me a
Balls.
hug, buddy.
Yeah, stay over there.
Well,
Whoa.
it makes sense why you get sick in the fall.
The
The
temperature
students
change,
come
yeah.
back.
Well, no, it's for me. It's just temperature change. The big sway, I get sick every single time.
Really?
100%.
Apparently, that's a myth.
It
Yeah,
probably
I was
is,
about
but
to say,
like
yeah, it is.
I've been sick twice a year for the last 10 years of my life.
I believe
so
it because
weird.
I get a nasty cold
Well,
every
fair.
fall.
So
Correlation.
I think the myth comes into play because in those seasons you also stay inside more where there's more germs.
It's not true.
That's what I read.
The biggest thing is just
I think that made even less sense.
no. The big thing is
More
just
germs
students,
outside
like
or
all the
inside?
students coming back, especially in town,
But
working
in the
retail.
spring, everybody
and-
leaves, so I shouldn't get sick. It should be better.
Well,
Well,
no-
in spring
think-
you'd also have more.
I
Oh,
think-
now you're just grasping
No, I
at
think
frickin'
I
I think
get-
Shane's on
Well,
something
but then
because
you
I
get
get
allergies.
sick.
In the spring, it's
Yeah.
literally it's allergy shit.
Yeah.
That I don't have
Yeah.
allergies. It just I think I
Yeah.
just get sick. In the fall, it's just
I get
literally
I
it's
get
cold.
I can remember.
so when Shane's allergic to like everything.
I don't know.
the air he walks outside. His light thing pulls up.
Every single year.
Yeah.
Man,
but-
that's like I had one chick in elementary school. She was literally allergic to like grass, sun, every
Oh, and,
different
like,
food,
she's had to
like
sit by herself in the
unfiltered
room.
water.
We
Yeah,
had a girl like that in our high school. She was in
Oh,
my
yeah,
grade.
I do remember that.
She came to school like once every 4 months, and whenever she was there, I was like, "Who the fuck is this?"
And like this person, if it's person, I remember thinking they would go on like had like epilepsy during their
What the
allergies.
f-
what a weirdo.
Are we thinking of the same person?
A girl,
Yeah. No.
Right.
Yeah.
brown hair,
No,
super pale.
not a girl.
No, we're thinking of different
Okay,
people.
yeah.
Then,
Man, what losers have epilepsy?
Yeah, only
What?
losers do.
I'm sensing some sort of inside
Drew
joke
has
here.
epilepsy.
Drew has
Or at least I did. I don't even know if I technically
Let's
still
test
do.
it.
Let's
out
test
quick.
it.
Where's the light switch?
No, it was it had to do with sleep. Whenever I was in REM.
Oh, like
You'd have
when
a
your
stroke?
when your
You
eyes
mean
are flipping
RAM?
around.
Yeah,
Random access memory.
yeah, exactly. Random.
I
random
told you he had
elevator.
issues. This is what oh, it all makes sense.
But no, I love the winter. Like,
It's my
very
favorite.
controversial opinion.
Mhm.
I love being bundled the fuck up in
It's
really
sick.
cold weather.
Me too.
Like if I'm appropriately dressed for -40 weather and hanging out in -40 weather,
It's sweet.
Yeah.
I'm in my element. I
Dude,
fucking
you just
love
feel
it.
like you're secure. Man.
Controversial opinion. That feeling you get when you leave your house and that first breath. It's like
Oh, yeah.
eating like a mint piece of gum or something, like really strong.
Yeah,
It's such a great feeling.
Oh,
it
I
wakes
know,
you up
man.
Fuck
immediately.
is wrong with you guys,
man. I
It
just
wakes
love
you up.
the snow.
It's amazing.
I love the snow, man. Like
It's-
I literally bury my hands in it just for fun. I don't know. That's kind of weird.
My
but-
favorite.
That's the only controversial opinion so far.
My favorite's fall, just because it's like you can bundle up, but you're not actually like freezing cold.
I guess.
You wear a sweater,
But if you,
sweatpants,
Yeah.
my daily uniform.
It's a very stylish
Seasons.
season.
yeah, that's why the
Which Mr. Sweatpants over here.
Hey, I've worn
They
sweatpants.
can wear 2 pairs of sweatpants in the fall.
one for each leg.
I got a new pair of sweatpants at TwitchCon.
Oh, let's
they're,
go.
they're like
No.
purple black tie dye.
That's
Oh,
pretty.
that's
are
actually
they,
kinda-
are they handy? That's something pretty cool.
Can you show those to me later?
Can
Sure.
I have them?
It looks like it has a
Eddie.
giant cum stain on the side now, though, because
Oh.
Oh,
when we were at
Long
San
night?
Diego, I had
Pretty
I
much.
was like eating a
wheelchair frenzy.
container of yogurt, and I
Uh-huh.
made fun of Annie. And as soon as I made fun of her, it just
Instant
dropped
karma.
right into my hands.
Classic.
Fuck.
Love it.
Instant karma.
Yeah, it's like I have a pair of white sweatpants and I decided to wear them out in public for the first time to class. I had a large Timmy's coffee and
Mhm.
spilt it all
Oh,
over
yeah.
my lap.
You can't own white pants.
No.
You're just too liable.
I have 2 pairs now.
I have a pair of white jeans. That's it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I had to buy white chinos for a wedding. And the only reason I still wear them is they're the most comfortable,
Yeah.
well-fitting pants I own.
Mhm.
Wait, what?
Chinos. They're like corduroy, sort of.
Mhm.
They're like business casual pants,
Oh,
sort of.
so
They're
basically
like-
just like
they're
dress
like
pants.
Sort of.
They're like khakis but slimmer, and you can get them in different colors.
Gotcha.
It's
I
like
know what you mean. I know what you mean.
I want to say leathery, but not really. No,
No.
not really.
No.
That does not sound very comfortable.
Very not at all.
White
I
leather
got
pants.
tight leather pants.
Business casual. Rob goes to leather.
Yeah, white leather pants, business casual.
Rob just like shows up to his first day at work in an alligator.
Yeah, literally. No, I
Shows up in his S&M gear.
Yeah.
got one of those collars on, and like what do you call the things? It's like it looks like a
The
ping
ball
pong ball in your
gag?
mouth. Yeah, those are fucked, man.
Christian knows like the actual like
Yeah.
industrial.
I
name.
always tell you, man. One of these days we're gonna stumble into the bedroom over there and find like a sex swing hanging from the
We're gonna
ceiling
come
or
here at
something.
like 6:45 instead of 6:50. Some freaky shit's happening.
There's gonna be like music just pumping through the hall.
Yeah. Oh, so Shane and I pressed a different elevator button today. We
No,
decided-
don't include me in this. It was him.
Okay.
He's the idiot.
Shane told me to do it.
I said literally don't do it and then left.
I pressed ground, but nobody popped out when we came. So,
Fuck it.
if anything, we were just helping someone who doesn't
Wait, what
exist.
do you mean?
Just sent the elevator back to the ground instead of clicking every single button.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's still
Yeah,
a
I
dickhead.
figure it like evens out from last week.
So you came to my floor, and when you were leaving, you just pressed ground.
Correct.
Did someone a favor.
I guess.
Man,
Yeah.
the thing never works for me.
Except
to
for
get
that one dude that's sitting on floor 11. Like, where the fuck's the elevator? Like,
This is that's why I might as well jump out the window. Hope for the best.
Oh.
Speaking of
Oh.
jumping
that
out the window.
Do a flip.
elevators and stuff at TwitchCon, we stayed in an apartment.
hmm
It had 46 floors.
We were on floor like 39. So getting an elevator,
Was
not a good time.
pain in the ass.
That's barely penthouse.
Well, the first time I made the mistake, I was just like, we were leaving. I was like, oh, I'll call Lyft. So I called it, and then
Like-
we were waiting for the elevator for like 10 minutes, and I got a $5 fee for
L-
missing it.
Oh,
okay,
no.
LYFT.
Yeah.
In like the UK, they call like elevators like lifts. So I was just confused.
Yeah, waiting for an elevator and
You say some weird shit. I just
I was
didn't know
waiting
if
for the
you
elevator,
talk-
called a Lyft, you know?
Mhm.
Same thing.
I called a lift, got charged by the elevator.
It's like calling the washroom the loo. You know, it slips every once in a while.
No, it doesn't.
It might though.
No.
You never know. But dude, that's kind of sick that you got a wheelchair.
Yeah,
Kind
the
of jealous.
convention?
Did you pop like hardcore wheelies?
No,
No,
I only got the wheelchair for the one day, and I was only there for like 2 hours.
What I was hoping is you get like one of those Walmart cards.
Which that was an option. I could have got that, but I was like,
what?
well, I wanted it, but it was gonna be it was gonna be such a
People who
huge,
Andy.
needed them.
it was gonna be a huge
Andy,
hassle for
Andy
like
Reserve 3.
for going around the convention floor. Like they're big carts. Like I'd
Mhm.
have to like
No,
push
it's a
people out
pain
of the
in
way.
the ass.
Like,
Actually, you got a
Christian's
horn,
just
though.
tearing ACLs, driving through TwitchCon, just knocking people over. That'd be pretty funny.
There's some guy on YouTube that made one for his girlfriend, like back to the beach thing, and it's literally an off-road like electric wheelchair, and it's actually fucking sick.
But dude, isn't that the same dude that like put a lift in his house? Like,
Yeah,
an
yeah,
elevator?
yeah.
You just like his girlfriend like can't use her legs. Literally put an elevator in a house.
you laughing at a girl in a wheelchair? Drew?
Yeah, no. My
Just because
thing,
you called it lift.
Yeah.
I know.
Shane's just flipping between elevator and lift.
You're welcome.
Fucking told you.
I don't even know what's real anymore. Are we saying lift means elevator from now on, or are we saying lift means lift?
Yes.
You just have to specify if it's with an I or a Y. That's the only downside.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that.
It's too much for me to keep
Oh,
up
speaking
with.
of
Shane's like, I'll leave him
elevators,
guessing.
Yep.
I'm sure Drew already knows this by now. Shane probably does as well. But Shrouds, so he bought like a new, like he built
Elevator?
his own house
Yeah.
Oh
in
shit.
LA, probably a multi-million-dollar mansion. And then he was being very casual, like he didn't say anything about it. He's only ever, I think, shown his computer room.
Yeah.
And then one day he's like, "Is someone using the elevator?" And then all chat's like, "What?"
Elevator?
He's just like, "Oh shit!" And he completely forgot that he was on stream or whatever, and just
Oh.
like let it slip that they have an elevator. So I guess
Man, I
That's
love
it's a
Shroud.
insane.
really decked out house.
Mine is Varsity Gaming. Shroud's probably my favorite streamer right now. He
Oh.
plays all the games that I like. Apex,
Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
Yeah, Shroud's my favorite
And
too.
he just never like, I don't know. He's not too opinionated, which I like. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's like,
He's humbly huge.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
He's Canadian.
Yeah.
He's
From
Canadian?
Mississauga.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He's from close to us.
He's got a gold toilet.
Nutty.
Oh yeah,
Man, that's crazy. I didn't know he was Canadian.
two of the top, I think 100, or probably more than that, but two of the top 100 streamers that I know are Canadian. Disguised Toast
That's
and Shroud.
crazy.
Yeah, when are you moving to California?
Never.
I don't know, man. It kind
Aw.
of seems to be the thing to do.
Move to Texas or San Diego. San Diego wasn't that bad as long as you're on the right side of the tracks, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, right
Oh
side of
yeah.
the
So
tracks.
when we were pulling up to our apartment,
Oh,
so the
goodness.
lift
Like
goes off the
The
comes
lift.
off the
so,
highway.
so first of all, like the highway system is set up so that like it seems so weird. You pretty much to get on, you're like in a residential area, and you just merge onto the highway.
Like it's a stop sign, like a 4-way stop sign, and then one of them is the highway.
Yeah,
What?
That's
it's
whack.
like in a residential area
It was
Yeah.
so weird.
because
That's
the
probably
highway just goes
easier
like
than-
straight through, and you have to go way around the highway. You actually have to go under the highway all the way down, and then to get on. Like there weren't that many on ramps.
Yeah, and there weren't like your typical on ramps like here where they're on a main road. There was just
It's
they're all
literally-
residential.
That's so hard to visualize a highway pulling out of a suburban neighborhood.
It's literally so like there's a row of houses,
Yeah.
and then there's a bridge kind of going over the highway, and then right beside it is just like you go past a bunch of houses, and then instead of turning right to go to the house, you go straight onto the highway.
And you just like
Oh,
gun it?
Kind of, yeah. It's like your normal.
It must make it easier for commuters at least.
The one thing I must say is like it's all well signed. If
Yeah.
you're looking at it, the signs they're
Yeah.
and the only other weird thing is like everything is a one-way road. Like
Everything's
everything.
a one way. That's
Everywhere.
That's like where I
yeah,
went to
there was a
school.
lot of one ways.
When I went to school was just one ways, and then it's like the amount of times I would turn onto a one way street by accident my first couple of years there, and just I'm driving like, oh, why are the signs? Like,
Oh,
why are
no.
all like the bolt side of the
Why are
signs
those headlights
facing
coming at me?
Yeah. But
And
anyway,
then I was like, wait, but yeah, you were saying-
So we pull off the highway and we're like probably 2 blocks away from our apartment, and then as soon as you get off the highway, there's just like 50 homeless people.
And I'm not not
with
exaggerating.
tents,
Almost like
carts.
shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
Like just like chilling on like a neighborhood they made.
Just
Literally
on, like,
both sides of the street.
from like where we got off the highway. And we're like, okay. And we pull down like another road. And again, the entire street is just all homeless
Yeah.
people. Which obviously, like, I don't have anything against them, but I was just like, that's the first
It's just
impression you
sketchy.
see going in. And
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
were like, a lot of them were like setting up tents and beds and everything for them. I'm like, oh
Yeah, it's
shit.
kind of shocking seeing that.
That's
kind
like,
of stuff.
have you ever been to Vancouver?
Yeah. That one
They
neighborhood.
have a street,
right?
East
Yeah.
Hastings, where it's literally like a 5-star hotel, and 200 meters down the street is the homeless market.
Jeez.
Yeah, well,
it's
the
literally
same-
a park.
It's the same thing. Like there were people. Well, you saw the signs. Like the people like demonstrating, or people angry about the apartment we were in.
Yeah, the apartment we were in, there was a sign that was just like, it had quotes, and it was just like, heroin, cocaine, SWAT teams. And I guess they were protesting the building that we were staying in, like
Mhm.
saying that happened. But
Well, it's like any big city. Like they slowly stretch out. They push all those like affordable houses out. Build these major
Yeah,
things
yeah,
that
yeah.
they can't afford. Where those people go. But holy
That's fucked.
smokes! Everything
Sewers.
around our place was like.
That's sketchy. Walking out of the apartment and then having like people hate the apartment building you're staying in.
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry. I just
it wasn't
booked this
too bad.
online.
Like, so we were kind of on the edge. Like
Yeah.
anything like a street farther, and you're like really
Yeah,
really
fuck
sketchy.
that.
But
Well, there's a lot of gangs in LA.
and it's funny we're talking about
San
this street
Diego.
because like
Oh right. Well, California.
we went for
that's all LA.
we went for lunch one day, and like we're talking about that street, and Annie went the wrong way and was like starting to walk down that street. And it's like no.
It was because she messaged me. She's like, I'll be there soon. And she's like, it's a 12-minute walk. And like 25 minutes passed. I'm like,
Christian
Where the
sweating. I'm
fuck
like,
is
I'll go to the corner and see if she's there. Like,
Just to send hire like security guard to like walk you guys to and from.
again, it wasn't too bad. Me and Hannah went for walks like every night at like between 10 and midnight.
yeah.
Honestly, you pass so many sketchy things, but the downtown core is by far the nicest thing I've ever
Yeah.
seen.
Mhm.
Take like where we are. Take our like what? There's like maybe 6 or 7 bars.
Yeah.
There's like a full street from. It's like a full street of just bars, and there's like 2 or 3 of them, and like every single one is a bar. Every single building.
Did you
That's
guys go
pretty
bar
wild.
hopping?
No, not really.
It's probably so
No, I just
expensive
hopped normally.
Yeah, he just.
That's true. Is that even legal in the States?
Yeah,
But bar hopping?
I just
Hannah's
forget
like
her age.
21 or 22, isn't she?
21.
Oh.
Oh,
right.
Hannah, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you
She's
meant bar
22.
Becca
hopping.
wasn't.
Ah, classic.
Yeah, I still wish I was legal age when I went to Vegas.
Yeah,
For work.
You can't really do anything.
I
if
was
you're not-
like so close. I was like I still was drinking and stuff. Minute amounts.
Whoa.
Actually, no, I don't want to get my old
Wow,
boss in trouble.
fired.
I didn't have a sip of alcohol the entire time. Ever.
Well, what's weird is like how these events are in. Was yours in a casino or?
Mine was in the Mandalay Bay Resort where that shooting was. Remember?
Oh.
Oh, funny story. I think I told you guys about this.
That's
already.
not what you wanna hear.
no,
What a
the
segue.
worst segue
No.
ever. Oh,
No, it was just scary because like that happened, like awful tragic event in Vegas, and then literally a week later, I'm staying in the exact same place, like 2 floors down from where it all went down.
That's crazy.
And my mom was like, "You're not going on this trip," and I was like, "Mom, I have to."
Watch me, mom.
But like, man, the actual Mandalay Bay was probably the safest place on earth when we got there because like there was so much security.
Yeah,
Like
that makes sense.
a dog sniffing my junk as soon as I get off the airplane. Like, you gotta go through probably 4 or 5 sets of cops. Like, they go through everything. Blah blah blah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
reminds me. When we were leaving San Diego at the airport,
Yeah.
they had like a weird system where it's like, oh, you know where you're going
It
to
was sick.
do security check. It just had like so many snakes back and forth of like railings and stuff.
Oh.
And then one of them was just they would stop you, and then one person would go through at a time. And there was just a guy with a dog,
Oh yeah.
like in one like little pit area, and you just walk past. The dog would sniff you as you walk by, and they just keep sending people one by one.
Yeah, that's
Why do I
perfect.
feel like the dog would hate Shane?
No, it was actually really funny. So I was again behind Hannah. Well, I guess you had to go through there. Usually you got to skip past all that shit.
Yeah,
But
they're like wheelchairs through here.
Yeah.
Hannah like
Right.
goes through and she's like smiling at the dog, and then the guy at the end's like, "You're the type of chick that usually holds this line up." I was fucking dying because I was right behind. The guy at the end just roasts her. Hannah's like staring at the dog, like
She's like stops to pet it. Oh,
Yeah.
how's it going?
no. There's literally signs like "Don't stop," and it's
Yeah.
crazy. There's so many police in that little area.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
ready to go.
They're just waiting for some sketchy motherfucker to come
Yeah.
through.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Just tackles Hannah as soon as she smiles.
I have-
I'm smiling.
So funny.
I have a deep philosophical question for you guys to ponder.
Okay.
When you see cops, do you
Okay.
feel safe or threatened?
Indifferent.
in the States I feel threatened. In Canada I feel indifferent.
Depends
I feel
on what
indifferent
I'm
in
doing.
both.
Yeah.
Honestly, like we saw, like again that first day to the shot fest. The first time we left the apartment and walked, there was police cars. Like I counted like 6, and I'm talking like it's a 2-minute walk to the thing.
Mhm.
But
Well, I didn't see them.
yeah, no, that's fair.
I don't necessarily say they make me feel unsafe. I think they just make me question my actions.
Yeah,
Mhm.
literally,
Like
that's
if
what I
I'm
was gonna
driving
say.
and I see a cop, I'm like, oh fuck, I was speeding 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, I feel that. It's like
Mhm.
I don't see a cop, and
So
I'm
they
like,
make
oh,
you
shit.
realize you're doing illegal things.
Wow.
No,
It's like they're doing their job.
It's like
Yeah.
no,
No,
I could
technically.
be driving like 50 kilometers an hour, like I don't know, seatbelt on, doing nothing wrong, and a cop will pull up behind me, and I'm instantly like,
You're sweating.
I'm doing something wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I'm too far to one side of the lane. I didn't signal. Blah blah blah.
Man,
It just makes me panic a bit.
I had the weirdest thing happen to me with a cop the one day.
Yeah.
So I was going down like a street. We'll just call it King. Every city has a King Street.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like speed limit's 50. I'm going 60 as you do.
Mm-mm.
And this like
Normal.
and it's dark out, right? So this person pulls up behind me and it looks like they just have a roof rack on and they're like tailgating me. So I'm like, I'm going 10 over. Why the fuck are you tailgating me?
Yeah.
So I speed up anyway just because I don't want to be tailgated. So I'm going 70 and a 50. And I'm like, they're still tailgating me. I'm like, what the fuck is
Yeah.
going on here? So I pull off into a parking lot just so they can go by me. They go whipping by and it's a fucking cop. Just tailgating me at 70, not pulling me over or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are like that, man. Like
It's just like, what the
I'll be on
hell?
the highway and I'll get passed by a cop doing like 140 with no lights on. He just wants to get somewhere.
I one time saw the main street by Drew's house.
Yeah, it was that one.
Yeah, it's like
That's also where I live.
So-
So,
yeah. So it's a
just
50.
saying.
Drew's
And
house,
one
not
time I
yours.
came from the mall towards that, and I had like a green light, and the cop was coming the other way, and it was red for him. But I see him turn on his lights just to make a left turn at a red light,
What
and
a
then continue
fucking
going and turns off his
bang.
lights. I'm like, really?
That's like that one scene from
What's up?
See-
Super Bad, right? When like the two cops are driving somewhere and it's a red light and all I hear is, oh fuck, turn the sirens. Eee! They just run the light, turn the lights off right after, and then say, man, I love being a cop.
That's
Okay,
literally
but
what it was.
you guys would do that too.
I would do
I
it
don't-
100%.
I would do
if
it.
I was a cop, dude.
Shane would do it.
Yeah, I
Yeah, I don't
definitely
even care what he says.
Yeah, no,
CC
I would,
do
Yeah,
it.
I saw an interesting stat. Maybe you
I
can
guess.
confirm it, but did you know that like there's a certain percentage of all confiscated drugs
Confiscated.
no, like, it goes like it goes
Confiscated.
confiscated.
No, we only want the
Confiscated.
high end drugs.
Yeah, like whenever it's been like taken to a cop shop, like a percentage of it always goes missing for unknown reasons.
I feel like in this day and age, that just won't. That doesn't happen.
I don't know. I saw a stat on it the other day on Twitter. We should look it up
On Twitter.
Yeah,
Everyone's
up.
official news source.
just say like
Percentage of missing drug evidence.
percentage of missing confiscated.
That is confiscated.
Is that not a word?
No. You're trying to think of sophisticated and confiscated.
Confiscate. What did I say? Confiscated.
Confiscated.
Yeah, I don't want to read this fucking.
What is it,
article.
Well, get the Sparks notes.
It's like an APA cited.
Yeah,
like,
you don't want that
scholar
APA bullshit.
article.
Fuck APA.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
interesting. Whatever. I'll try and do some
I'll look
research
it up.
and I'll
Talk amongst yourselves.
and I'll prepare a report.
It basically just says a lot of the articles that we quickly pulled up are just saying like, yes, in most cases drugs do go missing, but they don't have any like values or stuff. And you do realize that in a lot of these cases, like the cops are able to use a lot of the stuff that gets confiscated. Like
Yeah,
any
but-
of the impounded cars, they can use that.
Yeah, like on
Whenever they
Fridays
want-
and
like, they can-
Saturdays.
They can use it for undercover vehicles and stuff.
Like, so let's say I'm a cop and there's like a Dodge Charger just got confiscated.
Yep.
I could just be like, hey, I want that for the weekend.
For the most part, yeah. As long as it's like an impounded car, and I think if there's like no claim to it for a while, you can use it.
I guess it's just dead weight at that point, right?
Yeah, it's just
Mhm.
their
Well, it's
like
just-
it's their
there-
property.
There's police auctions too.
Yeah,
Like they sell cars. and
There's some
shit.
insane, like you can get
Yeah.
cars so cheap. The issue is most of the police auction stuff is like old cruisers that they
Yeah.
just strip down. So like they have like 300,000 kilometers on them,
Yeah,
but they've been maintained better than any
Perfectly,
car
yeah.
ever.
hmm
that's true.
and you
Um,
also have like, oh, what is it?
they sell pets like dogs too. Like my buddy of mine got his German Shepherd from a police auction.
Really?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and it was like
Well-
rest in peace to that dog, but it was like the most well trained thing I ever
Well,
met.
obviously,
Yeah.
yeah.
For most of the stuff like that, police confiscate or confiscate. Sorry, like that's how they make their budget.
Just
Like they sell a lot of that shit, and they
Oh,
just
yeah.
use like all that money goes straight back into the police department. So that's why in a lot of cases when police like arrest someone, they'll take cash as like evidence.
Speaking
Oh,
of them
downstairs.
making money, so in San Diego, there's a bar strip. Okay, as I was
Yeah.
talking about. So as of like 10 o'clock, you can't park on the roads. You just can't.
Oh, parking cops
Yeah.
and shit.
So no. So what they do there is they literally we're sitting eating like at a patio, and they like 3 cop cars roll up, followed by not exaggerating 6-7 tow trucks,
6 tow trucks.
and they just start like 2 cars onto this tow truck, gone. 2 cars onto this one, and they just clear the whole fucking street.
Really?
It was like we
Yeah.
were there for like 10-20 minutes watching, and the entire street was clean.
Like 6 to 8 cars
They
just
just came
gone.
and just take all the cars
Gone.
off the street.
Which also one thing I didn't
What
understand.
the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's
we were
fucked.
watching. They were like towing a white SUV type car, and
Mhm.
they opened it so they could put a neutral. How do you put it in neutral if you don't have the
I don't
key?
think so. I think they just opened it.
You can switch gears in like a stick shift.
Yeah.
Like I don't need my keys to switch gears. All I need is the clutch, and you just put it wherever.
Mhm.
Even in an automatic.
You can switch gears without the key.
Yeah.
I'm sure most cars
to an
won't-
extent. I
wouldn't
think
let
you just can't
though.
put it in drive.
Newer cars, I imagine, wouldn't let you do that.
Well, it depends
though.
too. If they had like it depends what kind of car it is. If it's, I think it was an all-wheel drive car. Like, wouldn't all the tires be locked?
Yeah,
That's why I couldn't understand.
Well,
that's wild, man.
who was it? Was it Hannah? Or someone was saying, no, you said it, where you were like, they can still tow a car with the back legs because the back legs won't lock.
It
Depending-
depends. For
yeah.
most cars, like the one set of tires just spins.
Yeah.
The other tire, like the front ones, are the ones that run everything.
But like for an all-wheel drive, you wouldn't be able to
That's
tow
where I
it.
don't know. I have no
Correct.
idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a
Theoretically.
that's a mind pretzel trying to figure
You
out
have
how
to do
that
some
works.
janky shit.
But
otherwise it just
regardless-
scrapes.
But regardless, like they roll up, and every single tow truck, it's one of the ones where they like lift them and they sit on top. They
Flat
do that,
flatbed?
and then they'd back up and attach a second one. They'd pull behind them. And I'm not kidding. There was like 6 or 7 tow trucks just ready to go, and we
Yeah.
watched 2 or 3 leave
It's
with
like
2 cars.
It's like a operation, man. Like
It's
Oh
fucking
man, for
Yeah.
sure.
sick.
It was like 2 or 3 cops. Like we saw the cops roll up and stop right by us, and then all of a sudden tow trucks everywhere. Because each
I've
cop,
never seen
they're
any tow
every
trucks
single
in
one,
one go.
they're writing the tickets as they go,
damn.
and all the
man.
drivers are like helping each other get the cars out of there. I'm like, it's kind of cool
yeah.
when it's not your car.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would
fuck the fuck
when
this
you're
guy
sitting
and
here
his
with a
Beamer.
beer watching, it's like cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's insane. Yeah,
Yeah, and then we were talking to the waitress who was like, "Oh, this is every night, like
this
every
happens
single
every
night."
single weekend. They do this.
They just
I'm
come
like,
and just purge the street of all
but
the cars.
for example, we watched them pull like 6-7 cars. Like that's a couple $100 fine plus.
And that was just one block.
Yeah, plus like all the towing fees and stuff. Because as soon as they impound your car, you're paying per day.
yeah,
Think of all the money they
That's-
just made.
That's wild.
Well,
Yeah.
the-
Man, like I've never had my car towed or anything. That would piss me off so
For
much.
the impounding fee, that doesn't go to the police though, right? That goes to the
the towing company.
Yeah,
probably
Totally.
a tow company.
I feel like they should get a cut.
I don't know. If,
Yeah.
I don't know if the police get any of that.
But think about
I
it.
don't
It's
think
the
they do.
ticket price. The ticket price is
Yeah.
like a $200-$300 fine. They're getting that all back.
Well, yeah,
That's crazy,
the waitress said like if they come out while they're about to tow it, you can pay like a $80 ticket and they'll let go of your car.
The $80 ticket, like, and you have to pay that drop fee. Like tow trucks in
Yeah,
America,
yeah.
like as soon as they get the wheels off the ground, you have to pay them to release your car. And it's like
Damn.
a quarter of what the ticket would be, but like you still have to pay those.
I used to
dues.
watch some
Thank
of
fuck
those
I live in
towing
Canada.
shows. They were actually jokes.
Like the ice road truckers or whatever.
No, like
What?
where they
On
like they,
Discovery Channel.
oh, it was like the repo shows
Oh,
where they try so hard to get your car off the ground
Repo 911.
because as soon as
yeah.
they did, like you legally had to pay them.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to think that a private company has the power to just like
A demand you pay something.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Without
like
any
Service
sort of-
fucking Ontario.
Fuck that. Man, that repo show was pretty wild though. Was it the one on like Spike?
But
or
that's what
whatever?
That's
it's
what
definitely all fake too, but
Well,
Yeah, it has to.
but still, like that actually
Or
does happen.
scripted.
But that's what
somewhere,
I thought
yeah.
I was watching. Like it seemed like that. But there were like again 2-3 cops. They all come up, kind of block traffic, and then these tow trucks just start
Just
ripping
ri-
and taking cars because they picked up the 2 cars in like less than 5 minutes and they were gone.
that's
yeah.
crazy.
That's
Oh,
wild.
it's insane. Yeah, it was
The-
fascinating though.
The
Yeah.
cops are definitely there just because shit gets out of hand every once in a
Oh
while.
man,
Correct.
imagine
And-
some hammer dude sees, or not. I guess not the hammer guy because he's driving it, but like a pissed off person
It is America.
sees this
Yeah.
car getting towed and he's ready to fucking.
But keep in mind
attack
too, the
someone,
cop
man.
literally would just go to the car, like they take all the info, the plates and stuff, write the ticket, get rid of it, write the ticket, and they're just working their way down the whole street.
And it's
Fucking
because
efficient.
they were parked somewhere you couldn't park.
Well, it's no
obviously.
parking after a certain time.
Yeah, it was
Like
like
10
between
o'clock.
10 p.m. to 6 a.m. You can't
No
park.
parking. Yeah. So it was like what 10:30, and
It's
they
just one
just
of those rules
rolled
that
up.
has to be there for
Well,
for no apparent reason. But
It makes sense because so that's the entire bar strip.
Mhm.
So if you have cars parked on every single spot,
oh, no
the
tax.
traffic is
Yeah.
going to be fucking insane.
All
And
the-
then also imagine trying to pick people
Because
all
up.
the
taxis
ride sharing
and
there,
everything. Yeah.
So like instead of making it where everyone just gets fucked, they just say get out of here.
Did you guys notice that there's like way more ride sharing apps or
It was
way
insane.
more Ubers and Lyfts in the States than Canada? I know, like
I
I know
felt like it, but
my experiences like here, I don't really see too many, but again, I'm only not really going anywhere. I don't really go to any hotels or bars that like are a hub for transportation needs, I guess.
We also live in like a city that's decently spread out and doesn't have a huge population.
That's true, yeah.
When we were in San Diego, I could get a lift anywhere in a minute.
Yeah.
Unless it was an XL and then it took like 10 minutes.
but still.
Like even in Toronto, I don't really see too much of it. But like when I went to Orlando with work, like the first option for transportation is a ride sharing program. It's like it's not like should we take a taxi or is someone driving. If you land in the first thing that like that person from the airport came to us and said like Uber or Lyft type thing, you know what I mean?
It
Like
makes
they
sense.
prioritize it in the sense that like I'm sure here like does Canada still like is there any sort of protectionism for the taxi companies yet, or is it just still like taxis go first and then the Ubers and stuff come after?
I think at least so in all the airports that I've been to in the States,
Yeah.
ever since I started traveling a bunch now, every single airport has like a designated pickup area for just ride
Uber and
shares.
Lyft? Okay.
Like they're like, okay, if you're getting a Lyft or an Uber, you have to go to this specific spot at this gate, and you like that's the only place you can get picked up.
Yeah, but even where
But-
like San Diego did, it was well set up.
Yeah, no, which I'm saying is good, but I don't think Pearson has that.
But Pearson, like their pickup.
Pearson's a shit show.
No, see their pickup and drop off area. It's like a massive road. Like I actually don't mind.
Yeah.
It. It's a big strip.
It's just like a giant like looping street.
I don't think they need it. Whereas in San Diego, it was like 2 or 3 separate streets, and then this one was this one was that, this one was that, and they all ran side by side.
Yeah.
So
That's
you kind of
beautiful.
had to set it up like that. Yeah, seemed good.
I've only not liked one airport, and that was one in Cuba, but it was like sketchy. It was like 40 years behind the rest of the world. Anyway, that's a different story.
I was like,
but-
it
Man.
seems good, and then I realized Christian had to. Not only like we walked the wrong way, we walked all the way back, and then he had to like cross like 3 lanes of traffic.
Everywhere we
hopping
went,
like this.
Yeah.
I felt so bad because I'm like trying to cross the street and all these cars are waiting at the stop signs, and I have to like crutch across. It takes me like a minute to
Yeah.
go, and everyone's just sitting there waiting for
Just
me.
ruining everyone's day.
When I flew out of Mexico, they didn't even have the scanners. They literally just open your bag and search through your whole bag.
Dude, it's in Cuba. You literally walk through like it's like some out of a TV show, man. Have you guys been to Cuba? at
Yeah.
all?
No.
Like, do you remember the airport at all? When I went for my trip, man, we were treated like we were refugees, man. I swear. Like
It was pretty
yeah.
straightforward for me.
Like we got off, some guy comes up and does no English, right? Just grabs your shit, doesn't even
No
tell you where he's
gracias.
taking it, and then like you just wait in line, and there's like 8 doors. And then like there's 8 lines in front of these 8 doors. You walk into the door and it's literally like you face to face with some person behind a desk, and there's like one light bulb dangling from the ceiling. And they ask you like, I remember like they hold up your passport, Canada, and I'm like yes. And like they like, this your name? I'm like yes. Well, and then
Drugs in butt.
a few other
Yes.
questions. A few other questions, and then like they just like write something on your passport, and then you're like on your way.
I can't say I had any of that happen.
That's
to me.
literally what happened. Like we were waiting in line in some brutally hot airport with no AC.
Mhm.
Everyone's just so pissed off and sweaty and hungry. And then you're forced to stand in these like lines, like it feels like you're at a cafeteria, just to stand in some even hotter room, and like just everything just feels like a waste.
The only
I don't know.
experience I had that was weird was when I was in Cuba, and like they have people who take those like luggage carts, and they'll go up to and they'll just grab your bags and put it on, and then
Yeah.
do it for you, and then they're like, you have to pay me.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what happened.
You have suck a dick.
Yeah.
The issue is like they did that in Dominican with us. The guy like just picked up my bags, took them. I'm like, well, my wallet's like buried in there with my money, so you're not getting anything,
Yeah.
pal. Sorry.
I'll give you a pat on the back.
Yeah.
And well, like that's pretty common in most like I'd say South American like
Yeah.
more impoverished countries, because
Yeah.
so when I was in Chile last time, this was like 10 years ago now. One time we were going to downtown, my uncle drove us, and then he went to back into a spot, and he was doing fine, and some random person came up and started like waving him in, being like, okay, go here, and then as soon as he finished, even though he was fine without him, he had to like pay him $2, and he's like, if I didn't pay him, he'd keep my car.
Oh fuck.
Like they just straight up key your car if you don't pay them on the spot.
Yeah.
And it's
Oh.
just some random homeless person.
People are fucked.
Man, like I saw some fucked people when I went to Havana, like the city in Cuba.
Ooh, no, no.
Fucked up people, man. No teeth, like just like look like skeletons.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked up, and it's just like
Ghouls.
Kind of an impoverished nation, but
it felt like I was playing The Witcher, man. No,
what? I really hope Rob never makes it in business.
I will one day. You'll be working for me, man.
Okay.
Everyone listening to this will be working for me.
He'll fix all the Witcher skeleton's teeth for him.
Honestly,
Yeah, it was like, but San Diego, like I think it was just because I'd never seen so many in one section.
The homeless.
Maybe we just
So
avoid
many.
those. But like, no, honestly, I don't. Maybe we just avoid those parts. Like, there's homeless people everywhere.
So
Yeah.
that was the fascinating part for me is like I have never seen such a huge concentration of homeless people in an area.
So the other thing that you guys didn't see as much, but at night when me and Hannah were doing walks, we literally had to walk all the way across the city and then all the way back. That's kind of what we were doing. Every single park you come across, or every single like open area, there's 2 or 3 police officers or 2 or 3 security guards just standing there guarding the parks, so no one can sleep there at night. And I was like, this is crazy. So anywhere like nice or anywhere even remotely okay, they're not allowed in. Even the park behind where we were staying.
Yeah. Well,
2 officers every single night.
when I went there in the morning, they had a police officer there still, and I was like, "Holy!"
they're probably
fuck.
just trying to keep it like
But security
like
everywhere.
tourist facing, clean. You know what I mean?
Drive him to the sewers.
Well, that's what that was the weird part. Though is like I understand. Like there's some places in Canada, especially Ontario, that have really bad homeless problems. Like Hamilton has a really, really bad homeless
God,
problem.
and one-way streets.
Yeah. Hamilton's a shit
Fuck.
show.
The
But
worst.
even
Worst
all the
city
times,
ever.
Even all the times that I've been in Hamilton, I never saw it as much as I saw it in San Diego.
Exactly. That's what I
it's
mean.
basically what Shane says. Just like maybe we've just never been to those sections of those cities, and like
Like you hear of it in Toronto, but you see a couple people.
Yeah.
Whereas this was like, I'm talking like when we were just walking a block or 2 to the grocery store, you pass like 5, 10, 15 people.
Yeah,
This is crazy.
I feel that.
And you want to see homeless people, go to the beer store in Hamilton. You walk out with like a 6-pack. They're like, "Give me all your change." Oh, I'm a student, man. I can't
rummaging
afford
through beer
textbooks. He's
cans.
about a 6-pack. Fuck off.
Yeah.
the homeless person was probably richer than you at the point.
Probably.
Definitely
Jeez.
Rob.
Yeah.
I mean, I am the homeless person, being like, give me all your empty bottles.
Nah, man,
That'll
you'll
be
make it.
Robin
You'll get
Affairs.
You'll get a job.
I
Yeah.
hope so, man. Like it's just every day, just wake up, just have this giant amount of nothing to do.
You know what's a crazy thought
That's
is
sick.
if Rob
Awful.
got a job with the government. Like, just think about that for a second.
And not just any part of the government.
Like Canada
The-
revenue.
yeah. Fuck, man, I could pull some strings. Oh, it's
What a
just, like,
weird timeline.
2 years from now, I'm just like chilling with like a bunch of Lamborghinis. CRA's gone bankrupt. It's like, oh, how did this all happen?
Rob just stops paying taxes and like deleting his own files.
Hey Rob,
What's up?
hit me up.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I could use some tax
I'm sure.
evasion.
I'm sure I'll survive my.
I'm sure there's so many, like any government job, I'm sure there's so many like background rules. Like you
Oh,
get
man.
caught for, isn't it like you get caught for something like this, you just
to
get arrested,
apply,
right?
Just to apply, I had to get a police check. They
That's
give,
crazy.
like an online one.
But that's
Well, like-
typical for any government job.
yeah,
So it's like for our Corey or whatever Corey example, it's like if he steals from Zares,
yeah.
they fire him, but they don't want to make it public or anything, so that's all they do.
Touch money.
It's the CRA. It's just fucking illegal.
Yeah.
yeah.
You get fucked.
Like you're going to jail.
I'll be.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the people will never even know who you are because it's never
Yeah.
gonna come out. You're just going to jail.
I'll be a
Yeah.
faceless man in jail.
But again, I think like it's probably like that with any government job, right? You bend a rule, it's just like, okay, see ya,
Yeah.
you're dead.
What are teachers at public schools technically government jobs?
No.
No,
No,
they're part of a union, aren't they?
so is the
Fucking
government,
unions,
isn't it?
man.
Well, the teachers.
I guess not.
The teachers union is like we could
It's
stand. We
stupid.
could. How much time do we have actually?
Lots.
We got about 20 minutes.
So I guess kind of start a mini rant about the teachers. Like,
Uh-oh.
like it's kind of a boring topic, so I won't stay too long on it. But I don't know. I just think the teachers are like throwing all these strikes and getting all angry and stuff. We want more vacation time. We want more of this. We want more of that.
Man,
But like they have a whole summer off. They have to like elementary
Well, they
school
don't get the
teachers,
full summer
already
off.
heated.
but like more
Oh,
than
sorry.
more than most.
Okay, so
people.
they
It
only get a
depends-
month and a half off. They have to do their
So
fucking
Ty-
job for the other
It
bit of
depends
summer.
on
Like,
what-
oh, poor me! I gotta do
Yeah.
my fucking job.
Okay, it depends on what teachers, because like you have like your public school teachers, your high school teachers. Sure, I think they get paid fine. But the
Yeah,
college
yeah,
people
yeah.
who are like, it's like 10% of the college teachers are full time, the rest are part time. All
Yeah.
those part time professors they get fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They get
that's
no
dumb.
benefits. They get nothing.
And
Whereas
they get paid like $1,000 a semester.
correct. Whereas once you make it into like the what is it, school board,
Yeah.
you're fucking set for life.
Yeah.
Like I don't think those people need to worry. They're making lots of money.
Let's say elementary school teachers.
But they're the ones that strike.
Correct.
My last year of high school, there was no extracurriculars.
What my last
they
year of
almost
college.
didn't coach football.
Also, okay, Drew, the one thing you got to remember, because you keep saying it's like, oh, you just get a month and a half vacation. You do realize that
They
these.
do.
Listen, you do realize that a lot of these teachers are working like 8 a.m. until like 9 p.m. every single day of the school year.
Those are only the good ones. Half them aren't good.
Okay, but like,
And
Well, it
the good-
depends
the
if
good ones
they're
are on
doing
strike.
stuff.
you could have
Yeah.
said that about Zares. Like, probably 80% of us didn't do our job. Do you think it would have been fair if they were
And
just like,
don't-
okay, we'll just pay you guys like
Doesn't
$1
their pay,
an hour?
Doesn't their pay get split so like you work the 8 months, but you're still getting paid the whole year? Does that not happen?
Yeah.
It depends on your contract. It can be
Okay.
either way.
So most teachers, at least at the school I went to, they did like 4-1, which meant they work for 4 years, but they only get 80% of their paycheck, and then they get like a year off, and they get all that money that they like lost over the last 4 years. They get paid that on their year off.
Well,
What the fuck? That's sick.
that like makes
and,
sense.
and they
'cause it's
had
like-
to do it. Like they had to take a year off. It was either once every 4 years, 3 years, or 2 years.
Okay.
Okay, that kind of makes no sense. Why
Do
would
they
you
get-
force someone to
I
take
don't know.
time off?
On the
Yeah.
topic of like temporary
why?
props, like
Why they could? What?
my program at Laurier was like, I'll dox myself again. Fuck,
No
whatever.
problem.
Like I had 4 professors that were there the entire time. The rest of them were just cycled in and out. It was like I had a different, like there was a different prof teaching stats every year. It was a
Well, that's
different
what I
prof
mean.
and like all these professors were just ranting
But
to us.
those are the ones that get fucked.
Yeah,
'Cause
they
they
were
get
like-
paid
Oh, yeah,
nothing.
yeah.
They get
they
no
were
benefits. They get
Laurie,
nothing.
they were telling us Laurie doesn't even give you the option to like
Mhm.
whatever. Laurie, they don't give you the option to like only come on as anything besides a temporary professor.
Yeah.
And
No,
then-
but that's fair.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's why so many of them were protesting. 'Cause it was
Well, it's just
fucking
like-
fair.
See, for them
That's just
again,
not fair to them.
for colleges, again, college is the same thing. They just shut everything down, kind of thing. But
Yeah.
whereas like the high school teachers, like come on, you
Yeah.
guys get paid
Exactly.
pretty well
You guys
for
get
what
paid
you're
pretty
doing.
well. It's
Man,
like you
If
And I
you're a high
realized-
school
Yeah.
teacher, you got to fucking set.
Or public school teachers, they're always like we're teaching the kids of the future. I'm like, yeah, I get it, but like I
You
could probably
chose to.
teach a grade
Yeah.
1 how to count to 4.
yeah, exactly.
I don't know.
It's like if you're a senior kindergarten teacher being like, my job's too hard, blah blah blah, I need more vacation. It's like you're responsible for like 30 toddlers for a year.
which would
And
actually
that's-
probably be fucking
Actually, yeah, that does
stressful.
sound
It would be
good.
stressful.
You're making this seem like the easiest thing in the world.
But-
I want to see you take care of 30.
Rob gets
I've
home.
babysat before.
7 kids shit
30.
themselves today.
Dude, if you're making 50 a year plus and getting summers
I
off,
think that's quite
what
fair.
the
Yeah.
fuck are you bitching about?
I think it's quite fair.
You're still okay. You still are saying it like they do nothing all year and that they work easy
No.
hours.
No,
Most of these people, I can guarantee you that most of the teachers who are complaining about it probably work more hours in a year than you do, and they get paid less.
fair.
Well, apples to apples though, you can compare it to any other job and say a 50K guy who, let's say he
No, but
works
what-
in a steel factory. He's not going to bitch about getting his entire month and a half off every single year. He's not going to want more than a month and a half off.
But what I'm saying is that I'm
Or
sure
he or
that if
she.
Drew was in that situation, if his job was saying, okay, you have to work 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day of the week,
Why
you
do they
get
have-
1 month
But
vacation.
where does 8 till
Yeah, I
9
was gonna say
p.m.
my
come
teachers
from?
in high school were like
Yeah.
3 o'clock.
Yeah.
See you guys. Like,
They
where's
were-
this 9 p.m.
Yeah.
come
Some
from?
of mine left at like I literally had it in middle school. I had a class where one teacher would teach the morning and the other teacher would teach the afternoon.
And
I
they're
had
like,
the same thing. I
Yeah.
think they would, and we'd switch rooms to learn science with another one.
Okay, Rob can't talk because I went to his high school, and I know for a fact that majority of the
I'm-
teachers were working well into the evening grading because they had to grade every single project
See,
and every
That's
single
just
test.
because God
In-
told them
in
to.
public, in like again where I went again, like they were there maybe till 4. Because like during extracurricular stuff, you watch all of them leave.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they're not there longer than you, and
They're
you're
not
there till
leaving.
5 or
Like,
6.
No, but they're working from home for the most part. Like a lot
That's
of them
their
bring.
own fault.
But where, like, what are you supposed to do if you're teaching?
Grade
class?
on your lunches. Grade faster. Don't care about what you're
I
grading.
don't know. All the teachers like
and
I
that's why we have grade inflation in Ontario, and that's why there's this
There's a-
whole
there's a-
kerfuffle
No, it's
happening.
because they play nepotism.
the couple
No, it's
teachers.
not.
Yes, it is.
The couple teachers that I know, it's not like that at all. They leave at 3. They might have an hour of extra work, but there's nothing. They're
8
not
a.m.
working till
8
9.
8 a.m. till 9 p.m. is an egregious
That's
assumption
insane.
to
Maybe
make.
they're marking all night because they didn't mark for the rest of the week and they just manage their time poorly.
Yeah.
Do teachers get paid to do extracurriculars or no?
No.
No.
But like you get paid. I remember like there's certain segments. So like if there's like the math department, I guess at the school, the head of that gets paid more.
Oh yeah.
I remember talking
they're
to
the
them.
dean of that faculty.
Because
Yeah.
like, but that's in high school. Like they get so my teachers would like they all hated the one person that was like
Yeah.
the head of the department, and they couldn't do anything because they got paid
do you want to know
more.
who that was at our school? The head English person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everyone talks shit about this teacher. They get paid so much, and they don't do.
But like
half
all the
work.
teachers talk shit in
Yeah.
class. I'm like, this is the best thing
Yeah,
ever.
literally, it's like you get to hear two adults talking shit about each other. It's the best thing ever when you're like a teenager.
The thing that I didn't get about like this strike specifically in my last year was the teachers union. They like if any of the teachers helped out with extracurriculars during the strike, they got fined.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like
Makes
What the
sense.
fuck kind of a union? The
Yeah.
point of the union is to protect the.
You're an
yeah.
idiot.
How?
Okay. So for example, Zares had a union, right?
Mhm.
Stupid.
Now let's say Zares goes on strike and you say, you know what? I'm going to go to work anyways. You're going to get fined for that because
No, you
you're
don't.
going against what the union says. I'm
You
saying as an
don't.
example.
Yeah.
I'm saying you're going against what the union says, and the union is about everyone being on the same side.
So let's
and if
keep
you're
in mind-
going against your union, be like, you know what? I'm going to work anyways.
This is
Then
apples,
Unions-
Zares getting
apples to
fucked.
oranges,
No,
though.
this is
Unions are the
teachers-
devil's fucking crotch.
This is oh Jesus. But okay, that's a poor example because
No,
you
yeah.
also so you can cross the line and get paid your normal wage, okay? Or you can sit on the strike and you have to be there 8 hours a day and you get paid like $30-$40 for a day's work. Not even.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are like sitting there like, well, okay, I'm crossing the line because I need to feed my family. Like it
Yeah.
sucks because you need that money,
No, but
but the union's not going to stop you from crossing.
No, but I'm saying, okay, mine was just an example of like a situation. For the school one, it's literally you cannot do this.
Yes,
you
the
don't
school
have a
is one of
choice
the-
to cross the line.
No, they were like, we're shutting
So like
everything off.
it'd be like if it's
Yeah.
in Zares, if you were like, okay, you want fuck you guys, I'm crossing the line anyways.
I need a paycheck.
But how is
I
that
really want to
good?
put some food in bags
Because
today.
otherwise the union doesn't matter.
Yeah, the union means
Exactly. Why do you fucking want one?
nothing.
They
just-
don't help you when it matters.
it's just there. We have to accept it.
I don't know.
You
See,
do
that's
re-
my experience.
They
is
just
the-
fucking inflate everything.
no, my experience is the union has always
It's just
kept
there.
the really shitty people with me, and I
Yeah.
can't do anything about them. And all the good people are like, well, I pay all this money for them, and I literally get no benefit.
Yeah.
But you're getting the benefits.
We got a decent amount of benefits.
Yeah,
They
but
screw-
everybody
man, I
gets
got-
that, and I don't think you have to fight too hard for getting dental and like glasses
Yeah.
after 2 years of work. You don't even get it till 2 years in.
The Zares union was the reason I got fired. Was because the Natural Valley manager came back after she said she wasn't, and the union protected her hours and her
And then
seniority.
that lady fired
So
her
she
off.
came in and they just kicked her right out of the department
Yeah.
because the union protected her rights. And then my rights, as someone who had been there for like 8 months, they said,
There's
"Hey,
nothing.
you can take $720 or an nasty $720." I just came up with the top of my head.
Whoa.
I'm like, oh my goodness!
But yeah, it's literally
But
you can
yeah,
take the $700
yeah.
and fuck off, or you can
Or you can move to the front end and like your wage gets reset, your seniority gets reset, and
you just
everything.
get fucked.
I pretty much got rehired because some lady.
I mean,
Decided-
you say that like it's a horrible situation, but that's a pretty good
No,
situation.
like-
But,
because
Because
most
but
places-
keep again, if he was there 20 years and she was there 28 years,
Yeah.
that 20-year person would get okay.
Screwed
Maybe
over.
he'd get like 10, he'd get
Yeah.
10,000, he'd get a bit of wage, but
Yeah.
he'd have to reset everything.
I'd say the situation would probably be way different for someone who's there for 20 years.
They literally just
probably
did
No,
it.
but I had been at Zares for about a year at this point.
just went up from 8 months.
They literally just did
10
the union.
to 12 months at this
The
point.
company just did a
bunch.
bunch of mergers where they took like the habit departments, like health and beauty and
Yeah.
natural value, put them together. So those were 2 full-time manager spots. And what they did was the stores, they picked one person. And then the other person was offered, you can step down to part-time and we'll pay you X amount of dollars, or you can, and we'll give you like X amount of dollars, or you can take X amount of dollars and leave.
Yeah.
No other option. You're either working part-time or you're leaving.
Yeah.
See,
It's like
I'd
Hunger
still-
Games.
I'd still argue
It
that
is.
I'd still argue that that's better than like a normal job where they literally just straight
Eh.
up fire you and be like,
I
we don't
would-
have a need for
but
you.
see-
You're
But
out
they'd
of
give
here.
you severance.
But you get severance.
Is it
Either
severance
way, you
only
get
if they-
severance.
Isn't severance only if they fire you for like because they just fire you? I thought it
But
was
you
if-
can
if they don't-
always.
So severance is almost always there, I think, right? Even
Yeah.
if you get yourself fired, they still pay you a severance. Like,
no, if you get yourself fired,
if
you
you
don't get severance.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm
It's written-
pretty
it
sure
depends-
it's whatever you fire without cause.
But if they have a cause, like if they merge the departments, like okay, we don't need
But
you.
that's not a cause.
But that's not a
Cause
cause.
is
No.
like you fucked up.
No.
Yeah,
This
but
is like you have 2 jobs, and the company was like, we could just put these 2 jobs together and save a fuck ton of money.
and then fuck with
And then,
one
but
person,
then you'd think
yeah.
the union would be like, no, you can't do that.
Which
Whereas
is
the union was like, no, whatever,
No,
just
it's
do it,
like,
get rid of this
fuck,
guy.
yeah.
that's what the
More
union
union
should
dues.
do. Like what else are you?
Yeah,
oh
the
my
union
God.
should have been like, no, you probably couldn't do that.
No.
That's a lot of jobs.
And the thing
gone.
that pissed off me and my parents a lot was that, like, this lady had told Zares, "I'm quitting. Like, I'm not coming back." Like, then they hired me and they said, "We're gonna get all these hours." Lady just changes her mind and decides to come back. And since she had been around for a while and the union was on her side, she kept everything and I got pushed right out of the picture. And then I was forced to either restart, get my wage reset, which is only like a few cents, but still, and then
See,
switch
that-
departments.
Yeah,
I
because
still
you
don't
gotta.
really think is that bad of a situation.
I just think they
you're
should.
like you're a 15-year-old kid at a grocery store. It's not like they're throwing you on the street and being like, you
But
know what, we
still,
know you have
like-
3 kids you got to take care of. Get
but in
the
comparison,
fuck
like
outta
that
here.
would have happened to someone who's been there 10 years.
yeah,
That would have
like,
happened like
the union protected her rights or whatever. So if I was, let's say I'm at where I am now, and I was working at Zares, and someone just came and pushed me out, I'd be fucked, all because of some union.
Well, then how do you argue that they do it? Because like I'm pretty sure if
Well,
I'm
I was,
mistaken,
like,
If don't exist.
No,
no,
she
Shane
said
could
she
correct me
quit.
if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that the union can't stop the company from making changes that will save them a shit ton of money.
Well, like
correct.
like,
well,
merging their department,
that's a perfect example. They have it written into the contract. They had the exact verse where it's like the company can give you 60 days, X amount of dollars, blah blah blah, and they can pretty much take a full-time person and say, "See you later."
yeah, like it just
Yeah.
feels like they can do it, but like the ethics of it aren't there, in my opinion.
It's a fucking business.
But still,
But
like,
But
if
yeah.
I'm
the
an
problem is
ethical
that's why
business-
unions were formed in the first place,
to
is
protect.
to protect the workers
Yeah.
from
He
those
protect-
corporate
he
decisions.
respects.
Yeah,
But you also have to
It's
keep in mind
literally
that
the point of unions, but they've all they do is just inflate all the prices now. They're fucking
and
useless.
you got to pay union dues every paycheck too.
Yeah. Oh my
But
god.
you
I've
also-
lost like.
you guys are saying like as if the union does absolutely nothing. You're still getting a lot of benefits.
See,
which
so I've lost-
keep in mind that most jobs would not offer you these benefits. Like if we
Like
worked
what?
at, if we worked at fucking Subway, you really think they're going to give us dental and like eyeglass
All I'm
insurance?
gonna say is that if I'm applying
No.
for,
Maybe if you're full-time.
if I'm applying for a full-time
we
job,
weren't.
I'm gonna avoid a union because I'd rather have more control over what's going on.
Correct. See, when you're banking on yourself.
Yeah,
The only thing, again, the union, like, you're just banking on yourself.
Yeah.
Like, really, as long as you're a good worker, you're not a shitty person, you're gonna have the job.
like I don't need to worry about potentially fucking up and having a union as a safety net. I know what I'm gonna be doing at my
I
job.
don't think we
So-
need to worry. You might need to worry. You might.
So what this argument's reminding me a lot of is the whole free or like socialized healthcare versus non-socialized
Correct.
healthcare.
Was I a part of
Because-
that?
No, like just in general, the argument
okay,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
Because
The
basically what you guys
actual
are saying is
argument.
like we don't want that safety net.
but
But like the
I'll take
socialized
free.
healthcare
With
is that
healthcare, I
safe-
want it.
the point
I want
is
that safety net. I want
the
that.
point is how much of a safety net is it? If when it really matters, they just fuck you over anyway.
But when does it really matter though?
When it's between having a job or not having a job.
But that's
So-
not necessarily
so
like the
in
union's
circling-
about making your life actually livable
Okay, so
while you work there.
circling back to just my specific example. I go to the dentist once a year. I go to the doctor maybe once a year, right? I get
Yeah.
glasses I can get them every 2 years. I pay like say $400 in union dues a year. I could have just fucking went to the dentist for $150.
Yeah,
The issue is this year I had to get my fucking wisdom teeth removed.
Yeah. Which
That's
saved you a shit
$1,500, or it was like $1,100. It only cost me like $100. So
Mhm.
there's the one specific example. Okay, that's sick. I had that benefit. Otherwise, I can pay for my
Yeah.
own shit.
it's like unions versus benefits. They like they're both like I'd take the benefits with no union strings attached.
but that's really hard to get.
Well, like government jobs, like
I
places
want
like
everything good but nothing
No,
bad.
Yeah.
I did my research. I'm only applying to places that could give me that, like large media companies, like I
Mhm.
mentioned.
But these are also the
Government
same
jobs.
companies that can just lay you off without a moment's notice
Correct.
for no
But
cause.
like theirs did under
But
a union.
theirs had a reason.
but like
But it's the
it
same
still-
thing.
It still came down to a union was the reason it happened to
And
me.
it still comes down. They'd lay you off. You'd get paid X
Yeah.
amount of dollars based on how long you've been there.
And
It
generally,
still works the same.
It'd be a lot less though. The union will fight. For
No,
you
it
to
works the
earn.
exact
I
same.
don't think so.
If it comes to layoffs, it works. It's the same rules all
Most of
across
these
the
big
board.
companies have like their own little internal unions, anyways. Almost not like they're not like by the books. Like we're like a registered union, like the one for
Always-
Loblaws is. But
I always love the every year, every couple of years, there's all that talk about Toyota getting a union,
yeah,
and then everyone in Toyota's like, "No, we don't want this."
Yeah.
because Toyota
They're
actually
happy.
pays everybody extra
yeah.
to stay out of the union, which is such a sketchy thing.
No,
but
my
Well, it
my
costs
unc-
them more. to
My,
have
my
a
uncle
union.
works at
Correct.
Toyota, and they get like an opt-in thing saying like, "Hey, if you don't want to be in the union, check this box.
Hint, hint,
and you
nudge,
get
nudge.
some money.
yeah,
If you do want to be in the union, check this dark, scary box, and you'll probably get
You're-
sent to Azkaban."
yeah. But honestly, though, that's
Yeah.
the conversation comes up every other like couple years because if you're like a union head and you're like, "Can you imagine us taking on Toyota?
Yeah,
I mean, that's just money."
yeah,
Whereas Toyota people, the workers, are like, I think I gotta pass on this.
It's also like this can boil down to the same thing as like health insurance. Like I personally don't have health insurance.
Mhm.
I go to the dentist like once every 4 or 6 months, and I argue that it would be cheaper just for me to pay out of pocket than to get insurance.
It's also a
Agreed.
tax write off.
Yeah, but then
Wait.
the argument is like cases where like Shane, he went to the dentist, had his wisdom teeth out, and it only cost him $100 as opposed to $1,500.
Correct.
So like you're paying that money, even though you might not get the benefits right away. You're paying for it in the event that something bad happens.
For
you're
health
covered.
insurance though, like you get hit by a car, you break a leg, you're covered anyway here, right? So it
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Like you're right. If you get punched in the face, you bust a bunch of teeth. Health insurance is only going to cover so much before it's going to cost you
In
a
terms
fuck
of
ton of
health
money.
insurance, it'd be interesting to compare to the United States versus Canada in terms of
Well,
who
it's-
would need a union more.
There's no comparison. We're just happier.
No, I mean like in terms of like who would benefit more from a union, an American citizen versus a Canadian citizen.
Well, they
Dude,
do.
Oh,
Yeah.
When
I get what you mean.
my
Like,
little
they'd have
cousin-
more reason to have coverage.
Yeah.
when my little cousin broke her arm, they literally went to the hospital and they had like health insurance. And they're like, this is a lineup for people with health insurance. This isn't. And there's just like all these sick people and they just get like whisked into a room.
Come with
Like
me. Come
it's
with
so
me.
fucked.
Yeah.
Well, it's fucked, but also remember, there's a lot of cases where insurance companies will fight like tooth and nail to make sure they don't have to pay for something.
Yes.
They'll be
Yeah.
like, oh,
They'll
this
fight
is
you.
covered.
They'll
Yeah,
fight-
You're like, I broke my arm. Like,
Your
I
arm
don't think it
looks
was
fine.
broken. Yeah.
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 I
like,
have a cast.
Yeah.
I'm in a full body cast.
Yeah.
Ah, you look like you can
you
walk.
can see the
It's
metal
like,
where they
I'm
put
talking
together.
to you through one of those little robotic computers. I
Yeah.
can't speak.
is this really plugged in?
Just unplugs it, you die. Nothing was wrong.
He's
Stop
dead.
acting
We
now,
don't have
buddy.
to pay
Wake up.
out.
Yeah.
Wake up, buddy. You can stop acting now. Slap him on the face.
So you have cases like that, whereas like in Canada, at least we have OHIP, and they can't deny you coverage.
Oh,
They're just like-
hoop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're like, yeah,
OHIP's
we
nice.
have to pay for it.
Hey,
like,
you just
that's
get a
where-
bunch of unnecessary tests done. It's like, fuck it, hip.
The only downside is like in Ontario, we have usually really long wait times for specialists. Like if I want to go to specialist
Yeah.
right now, I'd probably be waiting 3 months.
Yeah, when I went to a heart specialist, it was like
It
a
also
couple
depends,
months.
like, how bad. So if
Yeah.
it's like a regular heartbeat, you're not going to, chances are you're not dying from it right away.
Yeah.
So you just get in line with the 500,000 other people who have this. Whereas, like, if it's like, oh shit, your heart's like stopping, they get you
Yeah.
in there.
This guy
the
had a
next
heart
day.
attack 3 days in a row.
They're getting
like,
him in.
Yeah.
Like, again, it depends.
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
bust your knee and you're walking on it, but it's sore, it's going to take you months. Whereas if your knee's broken, you physically can't move it,
Yeah.
they're going to get you in right away.
But
It's
the,
like
the
this-
difference is like if we were in the States and Drew was like, oh, I need to go see a heart specialist, he would get in the next day even if it wasn't an emergency.
Correct.
Because
Yeah.
they just
It also,
they have less business.
Then I'd
I
get my
guess.
bill
It's
for
capitalist based, they want
$200,000.
money.
correct. Well, they would.
I'd get my bill.
Yeah.
They'd get their payout.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I always wonder what
Maybe.
happens. Like if they say you're in the States and you total your car, get in a car crash, you need
And
an
you're dying.
ambulance and your legs are fucked up, and that's your bill is like $170K, but you work at like McDonald's.
Well, you just pay that off for the rest of your life, don't you?
Yeah,
Okay,
like
so
that's fucked up.
I-
No,
I looked one time, was like looking into this, and basically in the States they will charge you like double or triple what they should because they know that insurance will pay for it. But if you don't have the coverage and you need like a cheaper option, if you talk to them, they'll be like, okay, and they take off all of the frivolous stuff that they
Yeah.
don't need to
The
charge you
room
for.
cleaning costs.
Yeah, and they bring the bill way down, but you still have to pay for it. So like that
But-
170K bill would probably get brought down to about like 40K, 50K.
But like again, when you're working at
It's
McDonald's,
only
Yeah.
2 years
That's-
work.
exactly.
and I think about
10,
like
20
1,000
years.
is just
Yeah.
like fucked,
Yeah.
especially when
But-
you're part time.
I mean, like if that was the situation, I would much rather pay a $50,000 bill than a
Yeah,
$170,000
Honestly,
$170,000
bill.
not have a
honestly,
leg.
no, I'd rather be dead. Just kill me.
Kill me either
Just
way.
unplug me
Yeah.
from the machine.
Literally.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the whole thing with the pharmaceuticals down there. Like the only reason they cost so much is because insurance companies usually pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Big
I,
pharma.
big
Yeah.
pharma. Literally, I find the concept of insurance like so clever. It's
Mhm.
like you convince 1,000 people to give you $20 a month just in case something happens,
yeah.
and then that one time something does happen, you have to
you
use
question it.
you lose a little fraction of the money you've made, and then you also question like, do you really need this money? Barter it down,
Mhm.
and then it's like,
And
bam.
people accept that.
yeah,
They're like, yeah, that's
It
just
is-
how it
it
is.
it's
is
like,
like-
everyone's like, I need insurance.
Fascinating.
I gotta give this company $200 a month for the rest of my life, even though I'm gonna even though I go to my working house every day and don't get myself any
Even though I
immediate
sit in my
peril.
basement under like a metal shell.
Yeah.
Well,
Say-
what's crazy is like for a car, it's
Yeah.
legally required you have insurance. Like
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
legally have to pay
In
a
Canada.
private company for insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's really stupid.
when I got in a car accident, like the two cars in the accident were totaled. Wasn't my fault, and yet everything on mine went up until they
Really?
could prove
that it wasn't yours.
it
That's
wasn't my
fucked.
fault. And then as soon as they proved it, they reimbursed me all the money and they brought it back down to normal. But still, there was a month where I was like,
Just
There's
getting
nothing I
fucked
can
for
do.
no reason.
I
Yeah.
nothing
got
I can
fucking
do.
rear-ended, got neck pains, and I'm owing you guys all this money.
exactly. And then I'm not talking a little bit. Like my insurance went from like say $100 a month to like $200. It almost doubled.
Yuck.
I could imagine like Shane getting mugged in the street and they increased insurance. We're not sure if it was your fault. Maybe
What if you
you
started
instigated it.
Maybe you were wearing a low-cut shirt. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh no. But yeah, it's just so dumb. Anyway, but like, in my experience, again, I think at least in like where I work, it doesn't like it. Just the unions have only ever held the shitty people there.
Yeah.
It doesn't help me one bit.
I'd say I was gonna think of 4 or 5 people that I've been that are there
They should've been
just because
fired.
the union is a thing.
But like it's ultimately like if you compare it to like the health social network that we have here, it's like if you're healthy, you could say the same thing as like, why am I paying these taxes?
Yeah.
Because like I'm not getting any benefit from it.
Yeah.
Someone else
Whereas this
is.
guy who's smoked for 50 years and his
Yeah.
lungs are literally falling out of his body,
Yeah.
and he's in the hospital once a
I don't
fucking.
smoke.
He's in the hospital once a week. He's with specialists once a week. This guy's using all my
He
money.
gets all my
Mhm.
tax money. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here paying for it. Like an
But
idiot.
then that rare time when you get shot in the neck by Drew,
Yeah.
like then you're covered. Whereas like
Correct.
in the union, we didn't
Shot
have
in the
many
neck.
cases of it at Zares, but like when they did the buyout, which quick summary for people who are listening who don't know, basically we were working there for like I was working there for like 5-6 years, and then they bought out all the contracts, so they had to pay everyone either a lump sum of money or keep them on the same payment.
Mm-hmm.
And like I got like 2,500 because of it,
Huge.
and like I didn't do anything. I was just like, fuck it, sure, I'll take the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See ya.
So
I
like,
was gonna quit anyways. I said, "Fuck."
yeah,
it.
I literally
Yeah.
waited until the buyout happened. I was like, thanks for the money.
Yeah.
I'm out.
But there's people they offer buyouts, so they just did a wave at our store, and I think 5 people took them, and like they did them to like the really old people, being
Oh,
like, "Hey,
shit.
retire early," and their packages are like $7,500 or sorry $75,000 to step away, and I think they said you get about like after taxes you're getting about like 45,000 of that, but still 45,000 is to retire.
For a senior,
But
like
you
it's
gotta-
more than enough money.
a lot of those people who were like looking to take it were still like 2 or 3 years out of retirement.
Correct. I mean, not even a lot. The bunch of the people who took them were like 4, 5, 10 years out of retirement.
Yeah.
They give
Like-
they offered them to anyone who's been there 30 plus years, and I was like, I don't know what the fuck you guys are gonna do now.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 45K is not enough to retire.
No.
45K
Like we
is
won
like
the
a year of
lottery,
living.
and then
Yeah.
a year later,
Like,
you're
the
like, fuck.
2 of them were literally like a year away, so it's perfect. This is actually a bonus because
Yeah,
that's
they-
all going into that. So
That's
they
like what
don't
happened
get
to my
taxed.
mom.
You basically just retire a year early without
And-
any effect on your
and you
living.
technically you make a bit more money out of it.
Yeah.
Whereas there's one guy, he's like 45. He's got 3 kids. He's like paying his mortgage, blah blah blah, and he's just like, I don't like it here, so I'm gonna step down. Because he was a manager, he's like, I'm stepping down, I'm stepping away, and he now just only works 12 hours a week.
Stepping away for a moment.
But like why? Like I don't see the point. Like now
Getting
he's,
a brush of
I can't imagine
brush-
like
yeah,
they're just
fuck
gonna run out of money.
Yeah. I
But-
feel like it must be something like they are just hoping that another job comes along that offers them the exact same thing.
Well,
and
when
they
he's
just take
talking
the
to me,
lump
he's
sum.
literally like, oh, it doesn't matter. I hate it here, but like at the end of the day, I can go work at like Sobeys or something like. But you're gonna make less now because you dropped down, and you're gonna hate it there. Like I don't see the point. You should have just
Yeah.
stayed.
Should like a cost analysis of like staying to work versus the lump sum.
There's,
guess-
peop-
Yeah.
there's people that make careers out of that, where they like go to one job, do a project, get laid off with severance, get another job, just get laid off with severance, and they just get like a fuck ton of money and they don't do any work. Really?
That's
well,
why-
they do. They
I
do.
guess you gotta
work,
like
but-
pick your companies. You gotta choose companies that are very close to being at
Yeah.
the threshold of laying
Bankrupt.
people off. Yeah. Just applying to all the jobs that are about to just be not even a thing anymore.
You see
Yeah.
Zares drop by like 80% of its market share.
I'm applying.
I'm gonna go work at Zares.
Yeah.
Get myself a nice
Seems
fat
like a
bite.
risky game to play.
Oh, 100%.
Hey, but if you win,
High risk, high reward.
True
That's what I'm
that. True
thinking.
that.
Yeah.
That just reminds me of like how you mentioned that there's some people who invest through their TFSA, like the tax-free savings account, and then they just get like $250,000 tax-free because they just made bank on an investment.
Insanely hard, insanely good.
Mm-hmm.
I have a TFSA, and that's where I invest with my mutual fund. That makes like pennies every 30 years.
That's now drained because you went to
Yeah, 'cause
overdraft.
I had to
Yeah.
cash some of it out to pay for shit.
I have a TFSA that I actually haven't like touched in 2 years. I have no idea how much is in there now.
I'm sure you're dying to tell us.
That's-
You might as
No,
well.
That's
like
all
I
you
don't know if
save.
it's gone up or down. Like it could have gone way down. I have no idea.
I actually should probably look at mine.
Yeah.
I didn't look at if it had gone up or down. All I saw was money and took some out because I needed it.
Because
I was like, there's no way I'm like asking my parents for money while my bank account's in a negative state. That's just bad.
I also have that one investment
That's
account.
when you ask.
Yeah.
I also have the one investment account that Drew convinced me to start and has made like pennies on the
Hey,
dollar.
Pennies
$20.
pennies more than you started with.
correct.
I guess.
That's very true.
I'm pretty sure it paid more in fees than it actually earned.
No, just I bet Drew bought
It's
himself.
just the markets, though.
I bet Drew went and bought himself lunch the next day.
Him and his coworkers like, let's treat
Let's
ourselves.
go.
We got one.
We're going to the Ritz, boys.
Another one.
Got another lunch account.
Yeah.
Open up another lunch account, boys. I got a new card for it.
Yeah.
I'm still in. One day that account will hopefully make some money.
It's all about the long term. You just got to ride it out.
We'll
Christian
see.
just sees all these random minuses. Just, it's just the market fluctuations. Meanwhile,
Minus $1,000.
Drew shows up in his new Tesla.
Yeah, exactly. Drew shows up
Man.
with his new car.
The market's been good for me. I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
literally got. There's like one day where I lost $700, but like over the, what is it?
capital gains, man.
Probably like 6 years. No, it's in my TIFSA.
Oh, okay.
But over the 6 years, I've made like 3,500.
Weird flex, but okay.
No, but the point is, like, it goes down
I
one day.
know.
You're like, oh, I'm fucking broke, and then
No, but I expected
you
when you
wait
told
5
me
years.
to invest, I was expecting like a 20% increase in the first month.
Yeah.
You're expecting like, here's $10.
Some-
And where's my
some-
million?
Some Bernie Madoff shit.
Yeah. The Wolf of Wall Street.
I thought Drew
Yeah.
was going to be on the trade room floor himself.
ringing the New York Stock Exchange bell the very next day.
We got Varsity Gaming stocks.
Varsity Gaming's first IPO.
just on Bay Street.
Walking down the street in his merch, just being like, "Hey guys, who wants some who wants some stock?" You should do that as a gimmick. You should go public with Varsity Gaming Enterprises.
I get kicked out within the first year because the stats on YouTube. So like right now, September was pretty rough for me. But just because like I got demonetized like September 3rd, and then that just fucked my channel for the next 10 days. Or
that's
20
just
days.
what YouTube thought you had like guns or something in your pictures.
It was the Mira Elite video. It was doing like super well. It was like at 110K within the first like 3 or 4 hours. And then all of a sudden it went from like averaging 15,000 views per hour to like 2,000.
Oh shit.
Like in a 10-minute span. And then
YouTube.
it got remonetized and went way back up again and went back to like 15,000 per hour. And then every video after that for the last month has just been shit. Like most of them are still doing good. Like a lot of them will reach like
I was gonna say I
they'll-
checked
like
your
they'll reach
channel earlier.
150K. Like I can't complain about reaching that, but when before that I was averaging like 250K, 300K per video, and it goes down to 150. It's like that.
Is YouTube at play there? Do you think?
Like if it's YouTube's fault,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Like so with the new season when it came out, it was like my placements got like 200K. Alpha Pack opening, which always as well, I guess, is 550K. Mirror Elite got 250K, and then after that, all the videos are like 130, 100,
Damn.
like 120.
YouTube is evil.
The one Alpha Pack video we made, the Elite one, for some reason only got 87K, which makes no sense.
That's still a lot. Well, I guess like for me that sounds like a lot, but for you, you're probably
Mhm.
used to excellence, man.
Well,
You have
like
a new
when
standard.
when Phantom Sight first came out, that was my best month ever. Like I was averaging like 1 million views per day on the overall channel, or like 600K
That's
views
a lot
per
of people.
day.
Mhm.
That was a lot. And then as soon as June ended, like the July 1st, everything immediately went down.
Mhm. It's because
So it's like-
I stopped paying for my bot subscription. And yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Part of me losing all my money was all those bots I had.
Yeah,
just
just
fell off
to
the face of the earth.
Going.
but imagine
ruining
showing
the
that to
cash flow.
investors and being like, yeah, we were doing like 1 million per day, and
Imagine
now we're
trying to-
doing like
but-
200K.
Yeah.
Trying to invest in YouTube would be so fucked. It's like it's the most dynamic platform out there almost.
Yeah, you can jump up and down like crazy.
Yeah.
Like Twitch at least is usually somewhat consistent.
I was
but-
actually reading a little article in like one of the business magazines that come in the newspaper, and it says that YouTube has become, for lack of a better term, unpenetratable or unpenetrable. It says like everyone who's there is there. There's almost no room for like new creators try to make stuff and their channels get squashed out relatively quickly.
okay. For like, if you're looking at the big picture, like if you were to analyze every single person going in,
Yeah.
and then every
Mhm.
person that comes out actually successful,
Yeah.
the percent rate would probably be
You
less than like
You could say
0.001.
that, you could say the same with Twitch now though.
Yeah.
Like how many every
Yeah.
single person there, like there was 2 times as many affiliates as there was community.
Yeah.
And like you're like those affiliates they got like 1 or 2 people watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
But we're
And
talking like,
Oversaturated.
You
maybe.
could also
Yeah.
talk about that for like any job, though. If you look at like
Yeah.
the broad numbers, like how many people do you think are applying for the job you're applying for?
6 or 7 probably.
Okay, well,
Fuck.
Well,
I was
like,
expecting
for-
like 100.
No,
For
but-
my job, like thousands of people applied, and they took 100.
Yeah, so like you're gonna look at numbers like that and be like, okay, you have less than 1% chance of getting the job.
Mhm.
So
I don't-
there'd be the same thing with YouTube or Twitch. Obviously, like YouTube and Twitch, everyone can do it, so you have a lot higher numbers coming in
yeah.
and a lot less coming out. But like it's still possible. There's one YouTuber, Meaty Marley, who does Siege. I think he's now at like 1.6 million subs, and I think he started this year.
Mhm.
Oh, really? I don't.
Yeah, like he blew up like fucking crazy.
What happened? Anything
Like
specific?
it's just his editing style. Like I haven't really watched many of his videos, but they're just super meme edited.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
But people love it. Like it's just the specific
Yeah.
style he has, and it blew up his channel to the point now where like he's, I think, the biggest siege YouTuber out there.
Crazy.
Yeah, because like
Dethroned.
personally, I haven't like discovered a new YouTuber in like 5+ years now.
No, me either.
Yeah.
Well, also you probably watch YouTube a lot less now than you used to,
I
right?
actually watch about an hour a day, I would say.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I watch like probably one video every 3 days now.
Really?
I watch like nothing.
Watch
Well,
a
but granted,
fuck ton.
keep
Yeah,
in
I
mind,
watch a fuck ton of YouTube. I watch a lot of like Undisputed, a sports show. I watch like their clips almost every day.
I guess you guys have more like availability for content, like sports. You guys also like lifestyle,
Yeah,
like
well,
vlogs and
mhm.
stuff.
I
I don't really
watch-
like that, so it
Yeah.
doesn't really.
If I had
mesh
to
with
break
me.
down my average YouTube, it's like I first go on whatever's right in the front page, like PewDiePie or something. It's usually right there. Then I'll go to like, I don't actually search anything. I just kind of like go based off
Same.
what's
I just
there.
literally say
Yeah.
what's recommended because it already knows what I want to watch.
So that maybe that's why I don't really find new content, because it just keeps churning out the new stuff from the stuff I already like.
I guess one thing that might be changing my skew of it is that I don't have a history tracked on my
Correct.
YouTube
Oh,
because
yeah.
my YouTube's public, right? So I'm like, I don't want people knowing what I'm watching because there's like a playlist for your
Yeah.
history and stuff. I'm like, I don't want people to like track what I'm watching and everything. So I turned it
Yeah.
off. So I just get, when I go to the front page, it's just like Jake Paul or like
all the gross like
rice scum.
default
I'm like, fuck
YouTuber,
off. I don't want to
yeah.
watch this shit.
That shit's cringy, man.
It is.
Oh, I hate it.
Mhm.
I was watching like clips of their podcast the other day, like the Paul one.
Yeah.
Oh man, my skin was crawling. Just like it's just so like meat headed. You know what I mean? It's like
Just like ours.
yeah, sort of depends what we're talking about. But
Also, I just realized we're already at an hour and 40 minutes.
That's time to go.
All right,
what time
see you
is it?
guys.
It's
Gotta go
already
climbing.
9:10.
it's 9:10.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Holy, gotta go climbing.
I gotta go to the gym still.
What the
Same.
fuck?
Start snorting that cocaine.
Yeah, I might.
Okay. Any final thoughts before we go?
Fuck
Yeah.
unions.
Death to all
That's
unions.
good enough for me too.
Oh god.
Okay. That'll be it
Fucking
for
unions.
this week. Next week we'll be back on the Monday schedule. This week was a little weird because me and Shane were flying back from
And
San
I'm
Diego.
having a really tough pregnancy.
Fair.
Hopefully this
To this
podcast will
fourth
actually
trimester.
come out tomorrow if I get it
trimester.
if I get it edited tonight. But anyways, that'll be it. We'll see you guys next week. Take care.
Peace out, Girl Scouts.
I just farted right as you finished too.